Yesterday, the knockouts had it all. The nerves built, the atmosphere tingled, and the storylines were ready to be written. Then, the whistle blew, and we saw a world champion fall. Ketadilo, well, he set out his stall, and once he got going, Matty kind of looked unstoppable.
This is the reason why I play.
It's different, it's knockouts.
One game.
First game on the way here in the Champions League. Look at the space, he's gone!
Everything can happen.
Montaxa has just completely flipped this game around.
Today I'm going to show you what I'm made of.
Wow!
Made the best win.
Riptorek hangs in the game. Danny Pitbull back in front. What's happening, Deepa? Oh my God!
It is carnage at the eChampions League.
This could be game set match for the Italian, who rolls into the next round. Dave Fernandez squeaks through.
Tomorrow is a new day.
It's Jesus!
I can win again.
Taking the space, cuts it back! Never count out Bonanno.
Well, welcome to West London, where the heavyweights are about to go into battle. And no, I'm not talking about Fury Usyk. I'm talking about the knockouts of the eChampions League. Gravison, Brandon Smith alongside me again. Didn't stay up too late watching that fight, did we?
Nah, we didn't, did we, Grav? I mean, boxing in Spain is not big.
Okay, great. No,
But
EFC is, right?
yeah, for sure. And the Champions League is bigger.
Correct. Let's talk, though, about yesterday, because obviously we're here. Thank you for joining us. From me, I guess I looked at it and went, doesn't matter what you've won in the past, it all matters what you do this weekend, because big names fell.
I mean, it happens here in this tournament, especially this year. I think the level of the players is just so equal. It doesn't matter if it's minor leagues, major leagues. For example, the Umut against Acumen match. We probably wouldn't expect Acumen to win, but he's been amazingly in his domestic league. And now Umut's out of the competition. Now we have World Championship again here today. Let's see what happens. I think we're going to see some big names out.
Yeah, can we see 2 out of 2? We hope not, in terms of world champions falling, that is. Brandon, let's talk, though, about today. We get to see some faces we haven't seen, because if they topped their groups last week, obviously they missed the rounds of yesterday. Do you think those players may be a bit cold, a bit stale after not competing?
Definitely, especially as they had to sit here yesterday and watch it all unfold and see the upset of players such as Fuma falling, as you said, world champion Umut falling as well. They'd just be itching to play, Rachel. So look, it's been a week for them. Hasn't been all the time in the world, but you can see them coming in now, raring to go again. 8 players, as you said, that qualified directly from the group stages into the round of 16.
Graf, Brandon mentioned it as well. Some of them did come here yesterday. They sat and they watched. Would that make them more or less nervous, do you think, for today?
Probably more nervous because you're not able to play. Tom talked about this yesterday as well. Obviously, you gotta come and train, but it's weird because you're not able to compete, and you're watching them compete, and it's hard. Maybe you can do what Manu did, come on the commentary. He did an amazing job. So, I mean, of course, you gotta come and train, but the nerves are up, really up.
Yeah, another player we actually saw on broadcast yesterday, he wasn't competing. It was Johnny. He was commentating as well. Last week, he was one of our PS5 players of the day. Brandon, his stats just speak for themselves in terms of the competitor that he is.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, look, 3 goals conceded, as you said, currently in this tournament, which is ridiculous. 3 goals. I think the second person after that's 9 goals,
wow,
or 8 goals, Rachel. So defensively so sound, but offensively so slick as well. I mean, to be honest, it's all been in the air. Half volleys, headers, shots from 30 yards out from Didier Drogba. We can't forget as well, it's his first ever eChampions League, and he looks like a sort of cert to be going into that top 8.
Yeah, he hasn't been beaten as well in 20 matches now, starting back in the E-Bundesliga. And he was one of 4 competitors as well last week who didn't get beaten, and that was Johnny, like we mentioned, Manny Bashir, Pietrin, and Emre Yilmaz, defending champion. He's back in action, was also PS5 Player of the Day last week. I mean, can he? I'm going to touch it. I'm allowed to touch it, lift this twice
Don't touch
in a row.
Emre, I'm sure he's here somewhere. You love those predictions. For me, Emre is the favorite to win the whole thing, and I wouldn't say shocked, but I'd be surprised if he doesn't win because of the way he plays. As we can see in these clips, he just doesn't really think about the way he attacks. He just goes and on and on and on and scores. And it's just, for me, it's amazing. Like in those instances, probably another player like me would have croqueted, I don't know, maybe reverse elastico. He just shot with a trivela. And that's what you need when you're playing this stage. Not think about it too much and just score goals.
I watched Brandon as well, all the Dutch boys sitting in the reception of the hotel today, going through some gameplay with their coach, and it very much was a team affair, even though they're playing as individuals today.
I mean, at the moment, you know, touch wood wherever's been a wood, it's worked out well that they've all avoided each other, haven't they? But if they both go through, all of them go through today, there is conversations that are going to start of this player could play that player in the quarterfinals, same team matchups, maybe Ajax against Ajax in a semi-final, or maybe PSV versus PSV in a quarter-final matchup there. World champion against eChampions League winner. Could happen.
Could happen. We're having a pause.
I gotta stop you guys because my phone is ringing, and you know I'm always thinking about food. That's me. So
Are you doing it again?
I'm doing it again. You know,
oh my goodness.
You know I'm always having the goods in here. So yes, of course I ordered something.
What on earth have you ordered?
You know,
today?
You know, I lived for a couple of months in. Thank you so much.
Someone's even come in the Twitch chat, Kauser, and they said, no way is gravel. Yeah, he has, Kauser. He's
Yeah,
ordered
of course,
again.
I
And
ordered
he's probably
some.
not ordered
Thank
for
you
anyone
very
else.
No, it's just for me. It's bacalhau. I mean, I tried it in Portugal. It's amazing. And
Ooh.
yeah, I mean, Lisbon, the food there is quite good. Pastel de nata yesterday, bacalhau today.
What's this Portuguese theme all about?
I don't know. There's something about Portugal in here, right?
They like it. I don't know. Let's keep them chatting about Portugal. They can eat whatever's in there as well.
I will.
Whilst we hand over to Richard and Tom. Guys, are you into Portuguese food? Are you going to talk about that or something a little bit more interesting?
I can be. No, but we are going to be breaking down everything eChampions League, squad restrictions, and also give you a player to watch here at the analysis screen. Tom, firstly, welcome to day 2 of the eChampions League. Before we break down a player in particular, I want to get your opinion on the squad building requirements, because it's very special, isn't it, when we look at the 15 million coin budget, the items that you can use. It's quite a small pool.
Yeah, I think we're seeing different players used to maybe in some other tournaments. I find it very interesting with the UCL items. We're seeing the likes of Cruz and Pedri being used, but my attention turns to the icons, Rich, because I've seen a lot of different icon selection, a lot of different players being used, and yeah, one we're going to highlight here.
Yeah, you only have 3 men's icons, so everyone's got Drogba in the team, and then you've only got 2 to play with. Midfield options, the player to pull the strings, the player to get you ticking, Andrea Pirlo.
Yes.
I think he was in 6 out of the 16 squads here at the eChampions League knockouts. Now we're in the next round. What is it about Andrea Pirlo that makes him so special?
Well, I think the first thing about Pirlo is his passing. His passing is probably the best on the game, but also this card, you can see he's shooting very, very good as well. The main things I want to highlight is the play styles. I think we talk about the play styles a lot this year. They're the first thing I go to with how good he is. He's got the 5-star, 5-star. I haven't mentioned that, the skill moves and weak foot. But we look at his play styles. Dead ball, something that I'm really, really fan of, because I think it's as effective silver as it is a play style plus. And he's got every passing play style that you want. All 5. That is perfect for a midfielder. Heavy emphasis on the technical plus as well. I think that's really, really effective. And it's why we're seeing Pirlo being used in an advanced role.
99 passing, 95 dribbling, 99 stamina, I saw it as well, so he's going to play the entire match for you. You might be thinking in the chat, let us know, Pirlo, Xavi Alonso, Xavi, who would you choose? Pirlo is the one that we're going to sort of big up, and I think he is the best out of the midfield options that you can choose. And here's a few reasons why as well when we break down the clips. Because he can score and he can also assist. Talk me through this one.
Yeah, I think the main thing with Pirlo is his passing to get into the box, but also his use of the technical to get in. So in this clip here, we're going to see the way he uses passing. Edge of the box, you'll see he's actually always the right or left centre mid. He's never the centre one, so he plays a bit more further forward for this reason. He can arrive in the box.
Ridiculous finish.
He's got a nice dink and the finish as well. You see that there. It's everything you need. This one, very,
The technical
very good.
dribbling, talk me through it.
Yeah, look, this right here, as I've just slowed it down, you see the R1 technical dribbling allows you to burst into the box and set the cross up. Without that technical dribbling, I do think he gets tackled. So we have the heavy emphasis on the play styles, and that's why.
Play styles, stats, player, Andrea Pirlo, he can do it all. Another man who can do it all is our very own Ryan Pessoa, and he is joined with the man on sort of the eChampions League hit list at the moment, the best player on the planet, PH Zin.
Thanks, Richard and Tom. Great work as always. And of course, speaking of great work, joined by PH Zin. You topped your group around about a week ago. Of course, you didn't have to play the first knockout round. You're playing against Montaxa today. Did you see any of his game yesterday?
Yeah, I saw. I always like to saw like my opponent's game, but like the part for analyze game, I give this for Nick, for my coach. He is amazing in this part, so I hope I can win. He did a great job with analyze, and now it's time to show there in the main stage, and I hope I can do.
With the analysis of the gameplay from Montaxa, did you change anything coming into this game, like your game plan, or is it just the same?
No, for me it's always the same. I think if I'm still with my level, I can win my games, and I feel ready, confident also. So it's just 2-3 things I need to change to stop him sometimes, and that's it.
Okay, I'm not going to hold you too long because you are our main featured game. I wish you the best of luck, and let's head back to the desk with Rachel.
Thanks so much, Ryan. Yeah, well, it seems to be working, doesn't it, for PH Zin, so do not change a thing. Right, well, the round of 16 is upon us, and let's find out then our first 2 players who will make up our final 8 in just 10 days' time.
PH Zin, unbeaten still here. Finds the back of the net. Oh, you play along, it's on to Drogba. No one is stopping him.
A great goal.
It's got it! Darlow, what a performance. I mean, what start was 5-0 up, Tom. Well then, here we go. Round of 16 of the Champions League is upon us. And I don't know about you, gentlemen. Where on earth do we look? 16 top talented players, 8 we haven't seen yet here with the knockouts. We'll be seeing them in action today. Tom, where are you looking on this bracket of 16 players? I mean, what a game we got to start with.
I mean, yeah, firstly, I think the level of competition's gone up. This is now the big occasion, and seeing the best players here. I think my eye is on PH Zin personally. He's been one of the best players this year, most consistent, and I'm expecting big things.
Rav?
Johnny, my eyes on Johnny because, as you know, sometimes defenses win competitions, and he just conceded 3 goals. I mean, Tom, you compete this year, you know how crazy it is to concede 3 goals in the amount of matches he played. So my eyes are on Johnny, but I don't know. Anything can happen, and we have 2 big games.
I wasn't sure if your eyes were on him because you can't miss him.
No.
He's 6'7", remember that. I won't stop saying that until he gets eliminated from the Champions League. Let us know at home who you are supporting today here in the Champions League. We want to hear from you in the Twitch chat, and we'll be plucking up some of your comments on the live stream today. Who are you backing? Remember, we've got 4 rounds of action coming your way, 16 players in action. 8 can only make it to the finals on the 29th of May here in London in our $280,000 eChampions League, where one player will walk away with $75,000 in just a couple of weeks' time. PH Zin, kicking from left to right in that Ajax strip. It's his first time in the eChampions League. It was part of his game plan of why he moved over to Europe this year after extended his Ajax contract till 2025. After a really strong performance last year at the World Championships, he thought, I want a taste of the Champions League, Tom, and he's come over to Europe. He's won the FC Pro Open, and he's won the Eredivisie.
Yeah, it's one of the biggest tournaments of the whole year, so I don't blame him for wanting to get involved, and I think he's already shown how good he is here. It could be the first goal.
Henry tucking and diving a few tackles there, which are coming his way from Nicolas Soule. Drogba back to Toni Kroos again. Where's he going to look to try and thread the needle? This is PH Zin still very much in control. Cannot forget he's only 20 years old, and what he's already achieved in his pro career is unbelievable. Cancelo recycles that one well. We're on tax at the moment, Grav, just sucking up the pressure.
I mean, the press after possession loss at the moment for PH is strong in this corner. No, it's not as strong as his press, but I mean, he lost possession twice, but he recovered it so quick, Tom.
Yeah, it's non-stop pressure, and I think this is the way the top players play. The guys that can put pressure on the ball at all times, make you feel squeezed, and they have moments like this where it feels like you can't win, you can't get out, and I think that level of pressure pays in the end. So PH Zin can keep doing this. He's going to be on to a winner, but I think it's a real feature of all the top players. You see the way they press, it's hard to get out.
I mean, you used to press like that. This is good.
Mbappe back to Andrea Pirlo, someone that Richard Buckley and yourself, Tom, were talking heavily about before the show started. Lofted into Drogba, there's that typical head down into Henry. Might fake the shot once or twice. Still PH Zin, times it green. Needs a big save from Donnarumma. And the Brazilian is just pulling apart Montaxa from left to right and stretching the defence, trying to find a way through. Still in possession now. Pirlo, Mbappe, Modric into Henry. It's perfect football from the Brazilian.
is outrageous.
He just times it green as well. But for me, the start of this whole thing was the press after position loss again.
Yeah, this is the cons with it. It's so hard to defend when you cannot get out of your half. This is a result of the 10 minutes of pressure that you had before that. He's having to be so switched on defensively, and you're going to crack at one point. You can't withstand. Look, he's at it again.
And this is where it gets tough, isn't it, Tom? Because he's sort of got you in like a hold. And you can't breathe, you can't keep the ball, you're under so much pressure. How do you just sort of regain a bit of composure in these moments?
If I'm Montaxa, maybe a tactical pause, just to slow it down. I think we saw Montaxa start slowly yesterday as well against Mali. And I think if you ask any of the top pros who they play against, they can tell you the best player is, and they'll always say, his pressure was so good, I just couldn't get out. I think all the best players will do it. So if I'm Montaxa, I'm taking a pause, relaxing, just not even changing tactics yet, just having a thought, because the first 16 minutes have been tough, and then just getting your head back in it.
I can agree to that because, I mean, Tom, I played against you 2020 a lot of times, lost all of them, and I could say I couldn't get out of my box. I mean, it's just like the constant pressure was too much.
Thank you, Grant. I'm blushing. I'm blushing. But yeah, it's always the top players, the way they play.
Just looking at the chat as well, loads of love coming through from PhD, and he has been the talk of the town this year in the FC Pro scene. I mean, it comes from that grand final, Gravison, doesn't it, against Anders Vergan. What an ending it was, and you sort of felt like if anyone wasn't taking PhD seriously, they were after that final.
Yeah, especially after that last goal, last kick of the game. The celebration, again, against Anders, which was really good, was entertaining, and that's what we want to see in competitive FC, really. Celebrations, big goals, and the handshake as well when the match ended.
I mean, that's how you announce yourself at the top level, right? You beat Anders and do that.
PhD looking for a second. Drogba finds Modric, and Mbappe recycles well into Andrea Pirlo, Nicolas Süle. No, not penalty. Let's jump across. There is another game, remember, in action here. It's Johnny against Curtadilo, who put 7 goals past his opponent yesterday, Tom. I know we're speaking a lot about Johnny and how good defensively he's been, but for Curtadilo, he's going to create chances and he's going to make it difficult.
When I was on the mic yesterday, I said about Curtadilo, the way he plays is really, really fun. Like in and around the box, he's so creative. And Johnny could be drawing first goal here.
We'll have to wait and see what he can achieve from this area. We had him on commentary yesterday. This is a massive break, by the way. Look at Didier Drogba. He'll just run and run for Curtadilo. Could be through on his own. Does he need anyone else? He doesn't. And Johnny does a good job there, Gravison, of just stopping the chance.
Yeah, but now Dilo is going to have another chance. The keeper is inside, which is weird.
Just see Drogba on Drogba there. Where's it going to end? Into Didier Drogba on the defensive side, who wins the ball comfortably.
Yeah, if you win the header like that, probably the keeper. Doesn't matter if it's inside or outside of the box. But something that Tom said yesterday, which I think is a really good thing about the way Johnny plays. When you're using 4-2-3-1, 4-4-1-1, when you're using a winger and a fullback as well, you can defend better. I mean, you did it in ePrem in the group stage. Your defense was impressive. And I think people at home that might struggle with defending could probably use one of those formations because you defend better.
Yeah, whenever I'm struggling defensively, it's usually from wide positions. So that's why I have a 4-2-3-1 or a 4-4-1-1 like Johnny, where you can use your right midfielder and left midfielder to defend. And I think it is really helpful because they're not as exposed for, you know, we see a lot of overlapping fullbacks at the minute. You see how high Cancelo is there. I think if you can have a winger to then come back and help you, it's really helpful.
Well, when we left this game, there was actually a massive chance of PH, and apparently he came very close to a second from this moment here. Modric nicks the ball off Gvardiol, and it was a finesse from Henry that comes off the bar. That could have been 2-0, and it still could be 2-0 for PH in now.
Good work with Pedri. Gets the ball back, and now probably, I mean, you asked before, Brandon, what do you have to do when you're playing against a opponent like this? First thing you got to do, hug the sideline as a tactic for sure, to try to look for this switch of plays. And then I think you, in a way, mentally, you have to stop respecting your opponent. You have to start looking for these passes, the Modric into Mbappe pass, this pass as well, because if not, he'll just keep pressing.
Well, we're going to see the first real chance of this game created by Montaxa. Does he do enough to pickpocket him? Cafu tried. I mean, you speak about respect and earning respect, Tom. Both these two players did win their leagues to get to this stage in the FC Pro circuit. Obviously, Eredivisie champion, and more so for Montaxa. going to France from Italy, played in the Serie A last year, said, no, I want to set myself a new challenge, and he went and played with Fuma, which is a big hole to fill.
It's a massive, massive show of Montax's confidence to say, right, I'm going to go to E-League and play with the best player who's won it 3 years in a row, because I know I'm good enough to go and join him and do that. I think, yeah, it shows the confidence he has.
And play really well, as he did. Saw some love coming in the chat there as well for Johnny, getting lots of support. Remember, he went unbeaten in the virtual Bundesliga, which he did win for SC Paderborn. It was quite the season for the German football club there. They won the club championship and the individual virtual Bundesliga too. Everyone's saying that PH is the favourite, knocks it down. Here's Didier Drogba, PH.
Good defense.
Stopped in his way.
Good player switch manually by Sule. And now he has to go forward. We have the French people in the chat as well, Ale Dilo. We have everyone watching from all over the world.
As we said, remember, 2 games played at the same time throughout this round of 16. Only 8 will make it through to the Champions League knockouts on the 29th of May. I'd like to see the stats at half-time if we can between this game, because I don't think Montax has been even out to have a single shot, gents.
No, not really. I don't think maybe that Cafu chance when he tried to recover the ball, but that wasn't a shot, so yeah, no shots. Maybe this one?
Gavardio into Drogba. Speaking about chances for Montax, it is a shot, but it's blocked.
You think, Tom, he's not committing to the press? Montax, I mean, like he's going, but he's not pressing really?
Yeah, it's like, do you believe in yourself? Do you really think you're going to make it? I think that shot as well signals a bit of doubt. The way he just pulled it. I think sometimes when you're confident and you're playing well, you know exactly what your next move is. And you see with his shot, he kind of just snatched it as it comes in the box. Oh, do you want to get a shot? I haven't had one yet. I'm struggling to get in the box. I think, yeah, right now, PHN's got this game exactly where he wants it.
Added time of no time being brought into this one. And that should do us for the halfway point in this eChampions League up the round of 16 game. PHN had an electric start, and to be brutally honest, he has dominated the half. But let's find out what has been the secret behind that success. We'll check in with Richard Buckley now. He's had a closer eye on the first half here.
When PHN is playing like this, how on earth do you even get close to him? I want to show you this first goal because it is incredible. The amount of play that he actually does in this final third. Just roll this clip on. We're going to see him constantly creating, constantly trying to manipulate the space. The first chance that comes in, it's pretty simple. Drogba with the header down. Let's just watch that there. Henry, 1-2. No one's 1-2 in that. PHN's different. Hits the shot. And the thing that allows him to constantly create chances is his pressure when he loses the ball in these areas right here. As it comes into Pirlo, he tries the step overs. Look how quickly he wins the ball back. It's prime Guardiola ball. He wins it back, he creates a chance and just pause it as we come into that. Green time to finish. PHN is just different right now. He's on a different level. His pressure off the ball, his ability in the final third, and he greens everything. And defensively, I think you said it on the commentary, Montax has not got near him. PHN is still on top of this world. Back to you guys.
Yeah, thank you, Richard. It's been a dominant display, hasn't it, from PHN so far in this one. I'll tell you a fun fact, gents. Earlier this week, I was in Amsterdam and I actually played against PHN.
Oh, how was it?
15 minutes, I was 6-0 down.
6-0?
6-0. I left Amsterdam and I went straight back to England.
That makes sense.
But no, on a real note, I was just saying to PHN, because let's be honest, he's not practicing against me. I said, let's just practice corners. You know, I'll just be the dummy at the back. He took 6 corners in a row and scored every single one. I couldn't do anything. At one point, he was telling me what to do, and I still couldn't do anything.
You gotta defend like this, and you're trying,
but
no chance. I mean, there's a reason why PH is probably the best player in the world right now, because he dominates everything. He dominates press, he dominates build-up, he dominates the set pieces as well. And in my opinion, for me, the thing that he does better than most of the players is dribbling. His dribbling is out of this world. I don't know if he does it with R1 pressed, L1 pressed, but the dribbling is just so precise.
I think he's the closest thing we've got to a robot in this space, honestly. Like, he's so perfect in all of his movements, everything he does. I'm trying to see any faults in his game as I'm watching here, and there just doesn't seem to be any.
Well, I've just seen a quite enjoyable Twitch comment coming. I'll give it a read in a second as PHN could be on for a second. Toni Kroos might look to try and turn his man with that road to the final knockout item that's been upgraded again for the final time. Cancelo. What are you doing, PHN, around there? It's the box finds Toni Kroos. Punt launches it into Thierry Henry. Will look to drop the shoulder on 1 or 2 defenders. Still Modric now. Lofted it into Drogba in the air. He misses him completely. And a chance for Montaxa to get back in possession. I've just seen this comment come in. Why are Tom and Gravison not playing in the tournament? Is there age limits, or do they just not qualify? Guys, what was there an age limit on the tournament, or?
I'm pretty sure we're just bad at the game. That's just it. Age limits, come on. Tom, we're both 25, 26?
25, yeah.
Yeah, we're not that...
Montaxa!
We're not that old, come on. We still can play.
I wanted to give our people a chance this tournament, you know. It's tough.
That's the right answer.
No, I didn't qualify this year, so it got me a grab on comms instead.
How important is it, Tom, that this scoreline is only 1-0 still for Montaxa, bearing in mind how dominated he's been?
Yeah, I think he starts to take confidence now. I think first 20 minutes, it could have easily been 3. And now you're looking at the clock going, you know, it's only 1. And I think the main thing Montaxa needs to do is something different. He needs to upset the rhythm. PHZ's rhythm is just there right now.
How do you break the rhythm?
Like this. Do it here.
Modric. Oh, my company. We have had, I hear, a goal in the other game between Johnny and Kurt Dyler. We'll give it to you as soon as we can. I heard a huge roar on the opposite side of the stage here in the eChampions League. It was 0-0 for so long in it. We'll find out which way it's gone as soon as we can. Tony Cruz. PA's in.
The dribbling is just too good. You cannot get the ball off him. Come on.
Just finding the perfect way around. Mbappe's had to get back to try and defend that. Well, we're hearing it came from this moment here. Johnny finds himself through. Vincent Kompany gets that one all wrong. He doesn't get a red card by the looks of it. Steps up for a penalty, there's Johnny with Didier Drogba. And that is the only goal between them. It's come from the spot.
It's intimidating when he stands up.
Yeah.
I think that's a typical Johnny goal. We see a lot of that playing into the space. A lot of the through balls, using a long ball pass to win the penalty and then tucks it away well. But going back to Montaxa, Brandon, with upsetting the rhythm, it even needs to be a personnel change by making subs, a formation change, a change in mentality, the way you play. Maybe you have to play a little bit different to what you have, because right now PHZ's got his feet up saying, anything you do, I'm reading it like a book, no problems. So I think he's got to try and do something different. Otherwise...
Lofted into Drogba! Otherwise you could be 2-0 down.
Exactly that, Brandon. PHZ with a corner as well.
Let's see what he's good at from these corners. Whips it in. Donnarumma gets a hand on it. Remember, winner of this game plays the winner of our other matchup. So it would be Johnny against PA's in on the 29th of May in our quarter-final. Here in the eChampions League. Remember, so many big games coming your way. Still 6 more matches later on today as well, with the likes of Manabi Shaw in action, Matthias Bernal, Levi David. Di Fernandez comes back, neat. And Kante of PSG, Cancelo, Pedri, this is your chance, Montaxa! He hasn't had a sniff throughout the game. But the Italian only needed 1 real chance. He timed that one green, and by God, he didn't get it wrong, did he?
This reminds me of the game against Marley. I mean, the build-up is really good. Pedri with a nice finish. But this reminds me of the game against Marley. He wasn't playing well, but he's alive in the match.
Yeah.
You're suffering because you're not going forward, but I think in those matches you gotta survive. And it's not easy at all to be just suffering inside your box, but then not conceding goals in a way, and you're alive in the match. And this is what happened with Montaxa.
It's a skill, you know, to not be 3 or 4 down the way he has. We've seen it against Marley, could have been out of sight. PHZ could have been out of sight here. And Montaxa really good with a player lock. Use it there again. And I'd expect to see it here at one point.
Drogba, no, and it could have been 2 in quick succession.
It's a very slight movement with a player lock, just to make sure his player's in the exact right position to then play the next pass. It's smart what Montaxa does. I'd love to have another look at it when we get the chance. But small little movements go a long way.
Well, PAG is back to you, my friend. What have you got for Montaxa? Maybe an attack now, lofted into Drogba. Nicolas Sule does enough to clear the ball out. As we hear, there's been more action in that Johnny game. What has happened here? It looks to be a second for the German giant. Lofted in on the volley from R9. And it could be SC Paderborn on for a season to remember. Are they on their way to an eChampions League final in his first ever eChampions League? Pedri finds Mbappe, saved by Donnarumma. Out he goes for a corner, and how this game is starting to swing, Tom.
Yeah, we've seen a real shift in momentum last 10 minutes. I mean, we were all talking about PA's in the robot, and Now Montax has come back. He must have figured it out. I think sometimes in a game it takes you a while to figure out what people do, how they play, and then once you've got it, you feel that level of confidence. We're seeing a complete change.
Nicholas talked about this, the change between best of 2 and best of 1. In best of 2, you had 6 pauses, so you can pause the game much more and just breathe in, talk to your coach, whatever. In the best of 1 game, even though it's long as well, sometimes the game just goes on. And with the momentum, and you know this time, when you do not pause the game, you just kind of don't think about as much and just leave the game, if that makes sense.
Yeah, it does.
So I think that's what happened in this game. PH was playing well, but Montaxa was suffering well.
Oh!
That was quick.
Montaxa looks to have done it again. He was chasing against Pride of Albion just 24 hours ago. And now he's on to knockout. Maybe the man of the moment. And he's 15 minutes away from doing it.
It's the same routine we saw from him yesterday, where he goes short and then player locks a near post. A new variation of a corner that I haven't actually seen very often. And I'm surprised if PH hasn't been told about that. We've seen that numerous times now, where he's played it short and then smashed it into the near post before you can blink and scores. You've got to get out to the short and stop him doing it.
Well, is this game about to completely flip on its head? PAZ is a mentality monster. Look at the finals he's won. Look at the finals he's played this year, the biggest games. The Eredivisie final that went to penalties, a 90+2 corner which he equalised for Ajax. That final against Anders Vergang. As Montaxa now got the control, or the ice, to try and see out this last 15 minutes. This is going to be a very long 15 minutes. We must remind you, 9-minute halves we are playing in the eChampions League, as we have throughout this whole FC Pro season. And he's going to come back flying at you. Poor pass there from Beasley. It was the hero left back that looks like he's come up. Montaxa looking to have a running race here. I mean, Grav, how do you see this one out? Do you try and get another goal, or?
For sure, you gotta go for it.
Mbappe, lovely little ball roll, scoop turn, lots of love for Montaxa coming in from home. Travella comes in, corner again. Remember, Montaxa just scored from a corner minutes ago.
Same one. This is good.
Can he turn, step over, exit into an eye? Montaxa! Bellissimo! He could be on his way to an eChampions League top 8. And the eChampions League looks to just continue to provide all the shocks.
Oh. Que cosa bella. Especially, you know, he worked with the step over, but then with the angle, you know, the ball roll to work, and then the green time finishing. It was perfect.
Perfect. You see the little nod of approval he gave himself as well. You know you've done something good when you give yourself that nod. That is a very good goal, and I think it might be too much. You know, 3-1 from here. I think Montaxa's going to win, but that goal, high on confidence, really, really composed. We've seen a couple of them yesterday as well. I like it a lot. The extra bit of composure at the end.
Well, PAZ is back to you. 8 minutes to pull off an eChampions League masterclass. And it comes back to that same conversation we're having, Tom, about how important it was that Montaxa was only just 1 goal behind in the tie. He was always in it. Taking minutes out of the game. I said to you, Grav, what does Montaxa need to do? Go and get another goal? He's just kind of done that.
Yeah, he's going for another one. I mean, he's not in a hurry for sure, but he's gonna go for it. Because Tom talked about this yesterday. If you just manage to just get a hold of the ball and try to go for another one, your opponent is just losing time, really.
This is where he has to be perfect now. Sergino Dest lofts it in to Drogba. Can he have the time? Pirlo, one more into Beasley. He's not the play you want there. He timed the finish green.
Corner.
Drogba, this is your time to step up. Cancelo, of all players, back to defend it.
Oof, and this is going to be probably his last chance. He has to get the ball quick. If he doesn't, he's going to be out of the competition.
You cannot argue against the form that Montax has also been on this year. It was sort of his announcement last year to the FC scene when he placed well at the the World Championships, got himself, of course, into those late knockout rounds. Just this year, has won the E-League 1 in France, qualified for the World Championships, and he is 1.5 minutes away from sending out the South American player himself that has not dropped a game here in the Champions League. He has now. Back to Toni Kroos. The Italian job is complete.
Wow. What a comeback. From 1-0 down, we're all sitting here saying this is all PH Zin, dominance. And Montaxa, he's done it again, this second half performance. It seems like he adjusts to his opponent, works out what they're doing, and then plays his game from there. He's been sensational last 30 minutes.
PH is out of the competition, Brandon. He's out.
We sit there at half-time as Richard Buckley broke down the game. I wouldn't think that in 45 minutes time, Grav, I'd be sitting in this scenario.
But it happened. Now, one of the favorites to win the whole thing is out. I mean, you can never count players out of the ECL because now PH is out of the competition.
Full-time result, PH eliminated from the Champions League. Montaxa, first player through to the top 8 in a season to remember. What a performance, and just to back up what you were saying, Gravison, the names that have fallen from this eChampions League. 41 came to London last week. Since then, Tex out, Nicholas out, out. PH is eliminated now as well. And if we can, let's jump across because there's 10 minutes left over here. And there has been a goal back in this for Curtidalo, which shakes up the tide even more. Vincent Kompany giving Mbappe a gift, if we're brutally honest, to give Drogba the chance. There is still time and there will be chances, Tom.
It's set up nicely, isn't it? 2-1, 80th minute, chose the perfect time to jump in. You've already seen one favourite leave.
Oh! Again, another chance, Dembele. Pirlo is passing the... Oh! We have to remind people at home, Johnny only conceded 3 goals in the group stage. He's conceded 1 now. He was nearly conceded another one in that chance.
You see the cancel from Dilo, still using it now. Nearly the perfect chance there.
Still works.
Oh yeah, Dilo will always find a way to use the cancel.
Just remember as well, Johnny has conceded just 4 goals up to this point. He could be on to go and get himself a match winner. Drogba finds Jesus. Kompany had to be brave. He's on a yellow card. Remember from that penalty that he gave away earlier in the game. And as it stands, it will be Montaxa against Johnny in our first confirmed quarter-final on the 29th of May back here in London for the eChampions League finals.
Dilo seems so relaxed, so locked in if you see at the camera.
I don't think I've ever seen him celebrate either.
No.
He might do if he snatches up a clutch goal here, switches the play, finds lots of space for João Cancelo. Gavardiol does enough in at left back. Long ball over the tops, works so well. Johnny could have a 2-on-1 here if he works this one well. Didier Drogba, who has been the hero, will continue to deliver the big goals in those big moments. He's off to an eChampions League final as well.
Nice goal by Drogba. I mean, he missed the other chance he had, but he got the second one. He scored. You can see the camera work from the cameraman. It's hard to follow him because he's a giant.
It is, but you see again the goal is from him playing into space. He's using the long ball pass and he's using his wingers so well. The first and the third we've seen now are both utilising the space. He must be triggering so many runs that it's impossible to mark all of them, and then one of the through balls will be in, because every time we see it we think, how has he got that much space 1v1? Promise you, marking 6 runs at once, harder than it looks.
It's harder, yeah, and I do think the precision with the joystick has to be perfect as well, because that was a really hard one, but it came through and he scored a goal, and now he's on to do the top 8.
Well, any time with 2 minutes, Johnny seems to be the man this year. Still unbeaten, still not lost a game. We'll be seeing you on the 29th of May in the eChampions League Final 8. A 3-1 victory against Curtidalo. Defensively so good, offensively so strong. He will take on Montaxa in the ECL finals. I mean, look, we can't wait for that one, gents. I'll get your thoughts on that one a little bit later on. But before we do that, someone else who I'm sure will have a thing or two to say is Montaxa. He's joined by our very own Ryan Pasubba now.
Wow, Montaxa, a top performance against P8 Zin. You basically just beaten the best player in the world this year. How does it feel?
It feels amazing. I think Pizin this year he was the best player. He's the best player, I think, in the game. So I'm really happy.
Yeah, it was a great victory in the end. In the first half, though, P8 Zin had a lot of chances. It was dominating the game. What was going through your mind at those moments?
Yeah, I think I was losing a lot of balls in the first half. Even if I was defending, I think, really good. But yeah, in the second half, I unlocked both fullbacks because I knew that I had to be more aggressive. I did, so I think I played the second half in a perfect way.
Yeah, you did. One thing we've noticed as well, though, is the corners. You seem to master them. You created a lot of goal-scoring opportunities from them. How much time do you put into working those corners, especially the one that you played short?
Not much time because I copied this scheme from Edzers, so
okay.
it didn't took me long.
Yeah. Well, I want to give you a massive congratulations, of course, through to the finals of the eChampions League, and let's head back to Rachel.
Wow, what a performance that was. He did really arguably knock out the best player in the world. I mean, E-Libertadores champion, 2 times Nations champion, FC Pro champion, E-Divisa champion. He pretty much had it all, Rich.
Every single player here said he was the best player in this event. And a lot of people would have thought he'd gone on to lift the eChampions League. At half-time, I said he was the best player on the planet when I did that half-time analysis. In the first 45 minutes, he was unbelievable, P8 Zin. And I think you just heard there a little bit of Montaxa's mindset. He unlocked the fullbacks, he started being more aggressive, and I think the respect that he probably had for P8 Zin, when he wasn't getting pulled away from, he thought, OK, I've seen what you can do now. I've seen your best shot. I can compete against this. And the second half, incredible from Montaxa.
But Montaxa said that actually yesterday as well. He said, I'm relishing the chance to play these big names. He really now wants to go up against Emre Yilmaz as well, which shows his confidence in his abilities as well. But let's talk about the MasterCard moment of the match. It's got to come from Montaxa, hasn't it? Where are we going with this one? What goal? 4 he scored in the end, Rich.
Yeah, he did. I had the second goal, but I think the third goal in particular is beautiful from Montaxa. It's this short corner. He said that he learnt it from Hezers. What you're doing, you're looking for the short corner and then just that extra pass for the second goal. This goal in particular, I mean, the step-overs is so nice, and then the extra bit of composure. That ball roll at the near post to open up the net, and then you're hitting it at the sort of where he'd already moved the keeper at P8 Zin, and he hit it to the other side. It's really nice, and I think that composure, that confidence starting to flow from Montaxa. I saw him in Paris at the E-Ligue, where I think they were talking about on the commentary saying, oh, Montaxa got the opportunity to go over there. Fua picked up the phone and said, Montaxa, I want you as my teammate for this year. That's how that came about. Montaxa went over there and won the Game 7 to lift the E-Ligue championship. He's a man really relishing his FC right now.
After he went through, I thought we might have jinxed it in terms of players who didn't play yesterday not making it through, because Johnny at one point was only 2-1 up, wasn't he, over Ketadilo? Did manage to win in the end, 3-1, that scoreline. Those two face off against each other. Johnny now, though, still, you said just a minute ago off air, he's the favourite?
I think so. When you look at the form sheet, it's just green at the moment. He is winning every single match that he goes into. And the mentality that he goes into these games with is, I am better than you. If I play my game in the 4-4-1-1 and get my over-the-top through balls going, if I can get my wing-backs and my right mid and left mid into the game, I will win this match. And defensively, 4 goals conceded in the entire ECL so far is a joke. 21 match unbeaten streak now as well.
He is on fire. He's also a player. He's from Germany. That's with mind. This is not a nation that you need to be guessing for our Easter egg, okay? It's not Germany, is it, Richard Buckley? We're still guessing, aren't we? This mystery league in the eChampions League. I've just taken one out for you. There are many more still to guess. As well as guessing that, well, also we'll give you some rewards for watching the knockouts of the eChampions League. All you have to do to be eligible is link your EA account, okay, to receive these awards. You get 400 experience points, a Jumbo Premium Gold Pack, a rare Electrum Players Pack. Complete all to claim a Jumbo Rare Player Pack. All you have to do, as I mentioned, to receive these rewards is
link your Twitch account to your EA ID. And if you have any luck in the packs, pack any team of the season players, let us know.
Do let us know in that Twitch chat. Okay, well, we're taking a short break right now. We've just seen Johnny go through Montaxa as well, but after the break we have a massive matchup. Matthias Bonanno is taking on Levy. Come back for that one.
Ready for something new? Just eat. Oh, you thought it was just burgers and fries. They got more flavors than you tasted or you heard in your life. Ooh, this is what the app do. It ain't only fast food. Switching styles like opera to rap too. I'm a bad girl, but my takeout better. What you need, dude? I could cop a taco platter. And my sushi train is on loop. When you're this slick, what you gon' do? Did somebody say just eat?
Yeah, possible.
Looks like whoever drops the ball buys the Pepsi. Go on, Jack. Sonny! Saved by Leah Williamson. Wow, Vinny Jr., game over.
Wait, there's only one Vinny J.
Pepsi, thirsty for more.
You are watching the knockouts of the eChampions League, but in 10 days' time, you can be with us for the finals in person. They're taking place at the Magazine in London. That's near the O2, and you can buy a ticket. They're on sale right now. Just scan that QR code or visit fcpro.com. We'd love to see you down there, making all the noise, supporting all the players as well. Cannot wait for that one. We've still got quite a few spots to fill, though, in terms of our players here. 2 have gone through, 6 more to book their spots, and 2 of them behind us will be hoping to go through. Levy taking on Bonanno. This is massive. Grav, Levy, though, last week, can we say he was a bit shaky? He only got 7 points to top the table and go through, as did the 2 players underneath him. So he kind of scraped through, did he not?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, he started losing his first game against Hessers, 0-4. Then he managed to get a draw out of that. Then he won convincingly against Andoni, and you would think like he was going to crush the group, but then lost against Andreas, match he wasn't supposed to lose. So yeah, he got the win against Jaden then. in a convincing way, but I don't think he was up the level of the other Dutch players, such as Manu and Emre. I mean, he played good, he was really good, but he wasn't, let's just say, flawless or perfect.
What can we expect from this matchup? These two players, they know each other pretty well. They've played each other a lot on the scene in recent years.
Yeah, I mean, online, they've played a lot. Usually Levy winning those matches. On LAN, Mati has been the favorite so far. So let's see what happens now, because I think Levy is a much more mature player than he was back in 2021 when he was really good on LAN, but then 2022 he struggled on these kind of tournaments. So let's see what happens, and I don't know, it's a 50-50 match in my opinion.
Oh, I like those predictions. Well, Levy is, though, isn't he, one of the formidable Dutch trios left in the knockouts today and is still hoping to progress further on his ECL journey.
I'm Levi de Weert and I'm representing Ajax Amsterdam. As of yet, it hasn't been my best tournament. I missed out on it last year as well, which was like quite a surprise. So for me, it's time to take revenge.
Speaking of icons, he has been the main man.
Yeah, I'm the type of guy, I'm always going to play my own game. Hard to say if I'm at the strongest I've been, but I think I'm like really showing a really high level. Like if I play to my maximum capabilities, I know I can win this tournament. I hope I will show it in the round of 16 and hopefully after that the finals. Winning the Champions League obviously would mean the world to me. It's easy to say and cliche, but it's true. One of the biggest tournaments out there and the trophy is just insane. I saw Emre winning it last year, one of my teammates, and I won it as well. I want to win everything. eChampions League and the World Cup are like the biggest tournaments, so let's start with the eChampions League.
I was watching Levy during that and he was watching himself on the monitor. Maybe that's motivated him. Let's hope it has. Well, we've already seen two players book their spots. Let's keep moving then and find out who the next two will be.
Levy tops it of Ajax, and it seems like the confidence.
All Bonanno right now, taking the space, cuts it back! Then Kante opening up the second half. Danny Pitbull back in front.
Amazing mentality from Danny.
Well, strap yourselves in because we're about to see fireworks here at the eChampions League knockouts. And I want to hear from you at home. Matthias Bonanno versus Levy de Weert. There's going to be a poll going in the chat. Who is going to win this game? We'll get it up throughout and see if you are correct. Tom Lee, Ryan Pessoa in the commentary booth. This is going to be an incredible game. The first thing that I want to touch on, Levy has just seen his teammate, who won the Eredivisie with him, eliminated from the tournament. Does that even play any seed of doubt in your mind whatsoever?
I think for Levy, it's probably a wake-up call. It's to let him know this is not going to be easy. You know, the Dutch boys are favourites. Anyone that's played in the Eredivisie have been the best so far. And I think Levy's probably looking at it saying, right, I need to be switched on here because this is not going to be as easy as it may have first seemed.
It's going to be Levy de Weert representing Ajax from left to right, and in the orange Manchester City strip, Matthias Bonanno from right to left. Matti was the only player that went to extra time yesterday. He needed the 30 additional minutes to send him through.
For those at home, if you forgot, he was 3-0 down in that game. Came into the game very, very late on, but if he makes a mistake like this against Levy, starting off slow, he will be punished. Good defending there from Matti.
He's also not going to let you back into it.
Yeah, exactly.
It's Levy. You can see that at home as well. Who will win this match? 50-50 right now. They can't be separated. Levy just edging in front. However, as Bonanno whips that into the back post, the poll could be changed very quickly. Tom, I want to talk about Levy de Weert because you went head-to-head with him during the 2021 season. I think it was quite a back-and-forth rivalry, shall we say. What is it that Levy does so much better than 99.9% of people on planet Earth?
Yeah, I think me and Levy had a bit of a rivalry back in 2021. The way we were playing, felt like all the time we'd match each other in tournaments. And I think it's the way he keeps the ball, his retention. He's a master of the basics as well. I think the fundamentals. We see the first chance go to Levy there, but the fundamentals he's got mastered down, but his ball retention, it's so hard to get the ball off him and it can come so frustrating.
Corner whipped into the box, but Donnarumma will claim it. On the other side, Ryan, obviously you had a history with Manchester City. You've watched Bonanno for a number of years, whether it be online and now at LAN. What can people at home expect from Bonanno? Before we get to that answer, maybe the unknown quantity.
Great goal.
The dark horse in this tournament, Encante, he didn't have a great performance in the E-League through PSG's performances on the real pitch, got him here to the eChampions League, but he has relished every single step that he's been given.
It's weird to call him an underdog despite him topping a group with Umit in it. And deservedly so. That last game was fantastic from him in the group stages, but he's still someone that I would count, for me, if
Danny Pitbull's the favourite in that game.
Yeah, agreed. I would say Danny Pitbull would be the favourite on paper, but Encante showing up, of course, he means business.
But Bonanno,
yeah.
That slow start, is that something that we can expect from him now? Does he have to get himself motivated into the game? Like, what are you putting that down to? Because even in this game, for 12 minutes, it's been all Levy.
Yeah, I think yesterday, though, you could sense the nerves. I think with the way he was building up, he was gifting away possession, and obviously, Tom, you've played Matthias as well in the competition this year. You notice the way he keeps possession. Of course, he's adapted over the years. It's nowhere near as his primary way to build up and keep possession throughout all of the games, but it just felt like he was nervous, in my opinion.
Yeah, he felt a bit shaky.
Danny Pitbull, he went 3-0 down yesterday in his game, let's not forget, up against Fuma. And he's a man that you simply can't count out. 1-1 after 10 minutes. When you played Bonanno, what was it, about 2 months ago? At the Premier League finals, obviously the result didn't go your way on that day. However, you had a pretty good read of him. That's an incredible pass. I don't know if Graveson's doing half-time analysis, but that has to be looked at.
That is. He's done that yesterday as well. It's a good run to Mbappe. And of course, you're primarily going to be watching Drogba in this situation. Drogba's at the back post. He's just triggered Mbappe, and the whip pass from, it's insane. What a ball.
You're right, Ryan. Yes, it's a dummy, because when the ball goes out to right, you're thinking, okay, where's Drogba? I need to mark that. And then he's hit you with a quick one to the front post using the whip pass of Cafu there.
Bonanno 1-0 up. Coming into the Champions League knockouts, we were talking about their Eredivisie dominance. The 4 players that topped their group all flying through, and we expected them to be quarter-finalists. One has fallen by the wayside already, and as it stands, Levi David will be joining his Ajax teammate in PHZ and watching the eChampions League finals from the stands. Matthias Bonanno, am I right in saying there's always sort of, even amongst like other players, when you play against Bonanno in practice and whatnot, there's an air of, I can beat him.
Yeah.
And then when it turns up on the stage, his win percentage must be so high.
Oh, it's funny, Richard. It's funny because when we were playing at ePrem, everyone was telling me, oh, Matthias isn't playing that well in practice. Don't worry about it, Tom. You'll be able to do something against him. But I'm pretty sure he basically undefeated the whole tournament.
Here is Levy building up on the edge of the box. Drogba with the strike, Don with the save, and he's offside.
Yeah, he's a different monster, but I think what it is, Matthias, in practice, he's testing things out.
Exactly.
He's not worried about how good he's playing or how bad he's playing. He's testing things out, and you know, players might get a few results. Oh, look, I beat Matthias 4-1.
Sense of security.
And you're thinking, okay, go and do that on the stage, and it never happens.
Yeah, a lot of people quiver under the lights. Bonanno lives up when the spotlight shines brightest. What a strike from Cafu.
2 unorthodox goals already. Drogba dinked into Cafu. You'd expect the reverse of it. Green time power shot across the face of goal. I think what's special there is with power shots, you have to manually aim them to get the precision perfect, and that is sensational.
They're 2 goals, Tom, that are pretty much indefensible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Literally.
Yeah, you do well. You do well. And as I said, these are the kind of things that Matthias will be doing in practice.
For the last 2 hours, just hitting power shots from...
He's not worried that he might be 5-0 down in the game. He's not worried about that because he's practicing things like that. So when it comes on stage, because he's already got the fundamentals tied down, he knows what he's doing and the basics, you know, the defending, the way he sets up, the way he keeps the ball. He knows that on the stage he'll be able to do that. So he'll spend his time practicing things like that. I mean, I'll be interested to see if we can get an interview with him if that's the first time he's done that today.
I doubt it. I doubt that he's pulled it out on the first time on the main stage.
I mean, sometimes you have them moments of brilliance, though. So there's a couple of times that I've done something and I think, wow, I actually did that.
Where did that come from?
Yeah. Wait, can I do that?
Cafu once again, and now it's in the back of Levy's mind. I can't give him the space.
Yeah. Almost well worked there. He's looking for that pass inside to Mbappe, but Levy started off slow in the group stage we saw against Jesus. I believe he was 4-0 down, and he managed to come back and sort of rectify that result in that game. I think he ended up drawing in that game. Again, though, against Matthias, who's someone who, in my opinion anyway, sort of comes into his own as the game progresses. I feel like he gets stronger.
He's the sole survivor from the Premier League as well here at the Champions League. Mark Marley eliminated yesterday to the hands of Montaxa as Levy comes forward. Devo liked that one. Got a lasso.
Yeah.
It certainly was, my friend. The Twitch chat certainly enjoying what Bonanno is putting down right now. And defensively, looks pretty solid as well.
Superb. It's the offside traps as well. When Levy tries to turn back and recycle possession, trying to play to a midfielder, he's already bringing the striker back to cut the passing lane and offside trapping.
Error still supporting his favourite in Levy David.
Tell you what, I might curse it, but if there's a player you don't want to be 2-0 down to, it's Matthias Banana. Master of defending.
Drogba looking, didn't know if there were maybe a couple of step-overs coming in there. Trying to get the shot away.
It's what Ryan said, he applies pressures with his striker, so he'll bring his striker back, but then he'll also be offside trapping just to close the space. And I've had it a few times. I was walking around thinking, is there actually any space on this pitch?
Yeah. Look how fearful Levy is, though, having to switch possession. He's getting caught out and he's open.
Could have been a better chance there as well when it dinked into Drogba. I think he had more time than he actually realised.
Yeah, I think Levy just needs to reset his mentals coming into this second half or the remainder of this first half, because he's sort of anticipating Matti's going to do the same thing again, and there's so much little spaces that open up across the pitch.
Is that especially important now? Renzo behind him. Someone who's been with him every step of the way. They've won trophies both online and offline, and what he can input for Levy at half-time will be very, very important. The other game that is taking place right now in the knockouts. Oh!
What a save.
Here's Encante and Danny Pitbull. Talk about unconventional strikes. It's ridiculous.
Almost caught him off guard with the goalkeeper movement. I think that's something that Renzo would have actually been telling him, that Matthias, he sort of tries to move his goalkeeper preemptively for the cross to the back post, but maybe that could actually catch Matthias off guard next time Levy gets into those positions.
Let's see it again here, Tom. What's he looking for?
Yeah, I think that would be something that you prepared for. You know Matthias is very quick to jump off his line. It's using the double triangle.
Yep.
Tap triangle twice and your keeper will come out really fast, but it'll go to the back post. And if you're aware of that, you can power shot the way he has. And now Matthias isn't going to be able to do it again.
Moving him again.
Floated into Drogba. Musiala will bring the header down. Modric with a crunching tackle on the edge of the box.
The double triangle is a real tough one to master, because you can do it and it will kind of cut off the back post cross, but then when players like that are switched onto it, you get the near post shot instead. So you have to time it to absolute perfection.
So just to break it down even further, when you're saying double triangle for people at home, what input is that having on the pitch?
So as soon as you tap it twice quickly, and if you hold it as well, the goalkeeper will stay out. He'll stay out of he'll jump about 6 yards to the back post.
Yep.
And it will leave the front space open. So yeah, double tap triangle, and if you want the goalkeeper to stay there, you hold triangle. If you only double tap, he'll jump out and then jump straight back in.
If you want any other tips and tricks, let us know in the chat. Well, we've got two incredible players. R9 with the strike. Bonanno 3-0 up going into half-time.
You know what, the second goal was good. That might be my favourite because of how well he's read the goalkeeper movement. Have a look at this. There, because Levy moves late. He moves very, very late, and Matthias does really well to shoot in the near post.
Just carving him open this first half. I think it's been one-way fashion from Matthias Bonanno. Emphatic start against Levy David. He's got all to play for, of course. It's not over yet, but Richard, it's a massive task.
It has been an absolutely superb first half performance from Manchester City's Matthias Bonanno. Levy David has a lot to do, and as he takes instructions from Renzo, we are going to head on over to our very own Jaime Alvarez, the sharpest man here at the eChampions League, to break down what a fantastic first half that has been from Bonanno.
Thank you so much, Richard. Thank you for calling me also the sharpest man, because we're going to analyze the clip you asked for, the first one. We're going to break it down because it's really a good way of understanding play styles. So if we just play the clip, we're going to see Pedri switching up the play into Cafu, and in this instance, if we just stop it at this instance, as you can see, he triggers a run with Mbappe. And as you know, the ECL is an European kind of tournament, so we're expecting a German cross. A German cross is a cross in which you trigger a run and then you hope for the perfect cross coming into Cafu. And you know why it is so perfect? Because if we play it, Cafu has the whip cross playstyle and it goes perfectly. And in this situation, if you just stop it as well, you can see how Drogba is open. He didn't do anything, I mean, Matias pressing any buttons, but this is the perfect chance for you because you're not gonna have to worry about shooting or about doing anything in the keeper. You're just gonna look for the passing to Drogba. So as we can see, he passes it to Drogba and he scores a beautiful goal. So the first one with cross, German cross into Cafu. Second one, I think it was the power shot. I'm pretty sure he has white, the playstyle, Cafu. So, I mean, his understanding of the playstyles, Mati has been amazing. 3-0 up. Let's see if Levy can do anything in the second half because he's suffering at the moment.
He certainly is, Gravison. Fantastic work on the analysis board. Further thoughts from you two at half-time. Ryan, how does Levy get back in this game?
It's tough. As Tom said, Matias is somebody you don't want to be on the receiving end of a scoreline this emphatic. 3-0 is a mountain to climb, but it's just, I'll be honest, I don't see a comeback. I'll be honest. I love Levy and I respect him highly as an offensive player, but I just don't see it. The
European powerhouse PSG and Juventus matchup. Danny Pitbull and Encante is back underway for the second half. That is 1-1 as it currently stands, so a tighter affair in that particular game. However, the story that is starting to emerge, Ajax, after being dominant in the groups, and the Eredivisie in particular, are set to be on their way out of the eChampions League. And does this send Mbappe potentially into a chance here? Dicked into Drogba, heads the ball back to Mbappe, but Levy defending well. That's a ball scoop turn away. Dicked into the box, Drogba wins it. It's a bit scrappy.
Oh gosh, it's bouncing everywhere.
Shivers down the spine of Manu and Emre, who have been watching.
Yeah, this definitely wasn't part of the script, was it, Richard? I think I was expecting a tight game between these two. These two have been probably two of the best players in the last 3 years, and I was not expecting either of them to run away with it like this.
This is probably the best I've seen Bernardo playing since the Premier League, being completely honest. We didn't see this level of him in the groups. Danny Pitbull getting a little bit fortunate, the second bounce falling his way, and the East Serie A semi-finalist, former champion Danny Pitbull for Juventus Desire is 2-1 up with 40 minutes left to play.
Seems that Bernardo's getting better as the season goes on. Seems that with every tournament coming through, he's picking up form more and more.
And Mbeumo with the question, Ryan. Any tips and tricks on penalties?
Just got to time it to perfection, and of course pick a side. And it's difficult because penalties always, you have that element of luck in there, but I would say when taking it, the main thing is just to green it. I don't know if you agree with that, Tom.
Aim for corners?
Aim for corners, yeah. Trusty bottom left. I think a few people know what I'm talking about when I say that. I think the bottom left is the one to trust, but you've got to try and get the circle as small as possible, time it well. What I would say is it's like real life. Once you've chose your spot, just please stick with that. Yeah. Don't doubt yourself.
We don't all have GC to call as well.
No, unfortunately not. No, yeah. I've been learning from him, but I think, yeah, if you can just, Joe, try not to look at what the keeper's doing too much. Just do what...
Back yourself.
Yeah, do what you're going to do.
Bernardo's been backing himself in this particular matchup. He's 3-0 up. Ooh, that's an offside trap that's left wide open. As Manchester City...
You like that one?
Are looking at a top 8 at the eChampions League.
That's sensational. The offside trap there just genuinely gifts a massive chance to Matias, but he capitalizes on it. But I don't think you expect that pass to go back to the receiver in that situation, Tom.
Not like that, but I think with Pedri and his tiki-taka play style, you see how he plays it first time and the through ball is so accurate, and then he's mistimed the offside trap. Them kind of things happen when you chase the game.
What a pass! What a pass for Encante! That is unbelievable! He has sliced open the defence. We joined it at the perfect time.
Who played that?
Didier Drogba.
Unbelievable ball.
Is there anything he can't do?
Oh.
He's turned into playmaker now. We've seen him do everything.
Yeah.
What a pass. I mean, if you're Danny Pitbull, again, we've seen a few goals where you just got to put your hands up and go, yeah, fair play.
Try to remind myself sometimes, you are playing someone else.
Yep.
You can't have it all your own way. We are seeing the very, very top talent, the elites play here. Sometimes you have to hold your hands up and say, you know what, you scored a good goal, and I'm going to try and sort it out myself.
Drogba again.
Must be usually hug sideline here. Sorry, I'll get my words out in a second. Be using hug sideline here. I think you see with the Kante switch, see how wide Cafu was there. He's trying to use all the space.
Cinco asking in the chat, any tips on free kicks? Tom, how do you take your free kicks this year?
I'm direct with mine. I like shooting them.
Same.
I think minimum requirement, you need a player with dead ball. If it's not the plus, just at least have dead ball. And I think there's a few different ways you can take it, but I just like keeping the arrow the way it is.
Go over the wall.
Yeah, and then just going over the wall, or if it's accurate enough, you go keeper's side, and it's all about the bars of power.
Yeah.
And what I'd also say is get in the arena, and there's a few scenarios you can practice them, so you're not just practicing them in a game, you can go into the arena and do it over and over again, and it just becomes repetitive.
Chance here for Danny Pitbull. It was Pirlo who originally accelerated out of the step-overs. Pedri now linking back into the man in focus for today, Andrea Pirlo. And Kante defending well.
We need him to do well, Rich, after our analysis.
He played well in the first game. He played well in the first game.
I need a technical dribble from him.
I'm on Pirlo watch.
He's a good player to watch.
Great hair. If there has been any goals in the other match, we will give you them. However, to my understanding, 4-0 still the scoreline for Matthias Bonanno.
Space.
So a chance here for Danny Pitbull. Does he extra pass it? He does. Drogba! Goalkeeper moves backwards. Keeps his calm. I don't think I've ever seen Danny Pitbull even really celebrate unless he wins a tournament.
Yeah, it's a big goal as well, a big moment. 20 minutes left to play. The space just looked acres of space, attackers running into it. A lot of opportunities to play another pass. Chose the right one there and shot the right side of the goal.
When you see the goalkeeper move like that, Tom, if you're in Kante right now, are you thinking, bit of a mistake there, moving him so drastically, or is it a 50-50? If you guess the right way, you save it. You've got to move him sometimes.
He had a defender there as well, so I think sometimes you expect the defender to block that side of the goal and bail you out while she moved to the other side, but it just didn't work for him, in my opinion.
Yeah, I think fine line, because you can move him too far as well. He has moved him very quickly over there. I personally think the first thing you should do is move back and then go side to side, because they can cover more of a distance, more of a space. But
I think that's what Stingray said last week.
Yeah, moving backwards.
We had him in the commentary position.
So important.
Moving backwards first and then trying to react to it. There has been a goal back for Levy. It's now 4-1. It's a nice little Travella, green timed. And there's 20 minutes left in that game, so there is time for something spectacular for Ajax and Levy David here at the eChampions League knockouts. However, Bonanno, I don't think I've ever seen him sink 3 goals in 20 minutes. When it's the last 20 minutes of the game. Maybe in the first 20, but definitely not in the last 20 when he knows that he's
that's his
literally
element.
moments away from going through.
That's his element. That's definitely what he does. He will see out this game. You'll see a lot of game management here, and I don't think it'll be as tight as this one. This one will get the heart rate going. I think you can feel it sometimes. The adrenaline starts pumping around a bit more.
What a ball that is. Henry. He's looking for the extra pass. He had the space. Whipped back into the box. Drogba with the header down, but Cancelo just getting in the way. That's a big chance squandered, Ryan.
Yeah, I don't think he expected to have that much space in the area. Tried to twist and turn with Henry and look for the extra pass, but if he was direct enough just to turn and go for the finesse shot, which in my opinion is why Henry's in the team.
Yep.
I think, for example, if you have R9 Ronaldo, you do lack that shooting play style of the finesse shot plus, but with Henry, you can just turn on either foot, 5-star weak foot, hit it, and just hope.
See, Manu Bashore is going to be in action very shortly indeed for PSV, one of those Eredivisie 4 players that were highlighted coming into today, taking on Ekman, who has been the surprise package of all surprise packages. He came through the group instead of Tex, you would say, and now after knocking out Umut yesterday, he faces another world champion. What a run that would be if he was to knock out Manu Bashore.
Yeah, we like the look of Ekman yesterday's 3rd goal.
Yeah.
I want to see more of that today.
That might be my favourite goal so far.
Yeah.
Across both weekends, I think that goal, just everything was perfect fundamentally in the game, but Kante needs to get a goal to give himself any chance of progressing into the next stage. Hold on a minute, speaking of
Levy
goals.
getting one back. Is this Drogba at the back post? It's a inevitability as he leaps high. Let's just keep an eye on that one for a little bit because there is time left. Levy had his headset off at 4-0. He's put his headset now back on. He's going back to 4-2.
When the headset off, you're out of it. You think it's over.
And Kante looking to get a 3rd goal with 10 minutes left to play. Extra time will be required if The Parisian does manage to force his way back into this tie. However, Danny Pitbull looks for a fourth, sliding Mbappe through, and now Drogba out wide. Good challenge from Encante, however, doesn't win the ball.
Can't get the ball off him.
Toni Kroos, that's a lovely pass to Pirlo. Donnarumma with the save.
Got to score. Got to score, in my opinion. There you go, the goalkeeper movement was good. He didn't commit until it was a millisecond before Danny Pitbull took a shot.
Corner whipped straight into Drogba. He wins it at the near post, but it will only trickle out of play for a goal kick. As Riptorek is going to be underway very shortly indeed, who takes on the reigning, defending eChampions League top dog from 2023, Emre Yilmaz. The champion is in town. Let's jump back on board with some live action. 7 minutes left to play between Encante and Danny Pitbull.
Wait
Indeed, Ryan. Because Levi David came down, cut it back for R9 and missed the target.
Wow. I'm going to say that was pretty much a minute after he scored his second goal.
He's creating chances. The press is in, Tom.
Yeah, we're at kitchen sink time, aren't we, in both games here? You're going to see Kante and Levy putting a lot of pressure on the ball. Oh, how'd you play out of this one? That's how you do it.
That's superb.
Oh,
that's not. One more chance, would you say, for Encante? Maybe 2 with 9 minutes?
Maybe 2. If you give it away here, you go and press him.
Yeah, he looked pretty.
Yeah, he's got one chance now.
Kroos against Kroos. It's fallen Encante's way. Henry now taking over. Mbappe back to Henry. Great finish from Encante. 3-3. Extra time will be required.
It's a big moment in the game, Tom. Huge moment. The ball, I thought it was just about to lose it. Tried to intercept there, Toni Kroos did for Danny Pitbull. The 1-2.
It's not finesse that, is it? The finesse came up.
Outside of the boot.
Yeah.
Type of thing. And to me, it's a Trivela, but it's
That's
still
why
counts.
you take Henry, I suppose, as well.
Yep.
So if the game says it a finesse, you get the finesse shot plus play style kicking in. Just a little bit more reliable in front of the goal, Tom.
It's clinical. Oh, it's clinical, the finesse. I mean, it didn't look like one, did it?
Nope.
But it came up with the indicator to suggest it was, and I think that gives it the extra little bit of
oomph.
You're not complaining if you're Encante either, are you? But I think he's done well there. As I said, he had that one chance, the one he gave the ball away. Hold on.
It's like a minute.
Hold on.
Floated in, Drogba at the near post. Levi Davida scored 3 goals in about 10 minutes. It's now 4-3. And that's a penalty for Danny Pitbull. We don't know why it was given, but Danny Pitbull, with 1 minute remaining, there's a chance to seal himself an eChampions League final spot. Pirlo sticks it in. 0 reaction from Danny Pitbull. And we've got to see why the penalty were given.
I'm more concerned about the lack of celebration. Here we go, Richard. This is it.
Oh, it's ludicrous.
Shocking stuff. That is unacceptable.
He's in trouble.
Oh, you can't do that.
You can't be doing that.
No. Not in the 90th.
He stuck the pen in the top corner, Tom. He listened to your advice. Pick a corner. Back yourself.
Buckley, I'm just highlighting, that was all Pirlo. Won the penalty, scored it as well. I'm just saying.
And here we go, back on board. We will give you that full-time result when it comes in between Danny Pitbull and Encante. However, Matias Bonanno has leaked 3 goals after he said he wasn't going to do this.
Yeah, who said that?
Wait, Tom, I've got a question for you here. If you're Levy, you've obviously gone constant press or whatever you've done to come back into the game. Do you stick with it?
Yeah.
You stay on with it? 6 minutes left plus added time. There's not too many opportunities I think he'll have in this game.
I think with a player like Matthias, you have to upset his rhythm. And he was in a rhythm. As soon as he put constant press on, he's managed to upset it. And I feel like now you're going to do well to... You've got to stay like if you're Levy, you keep doing this.
Matthias did the exact same as his opponent yesterday. He was 3-0 down, he got back into the game and went on to win 6-4 in extra time.
There's a goal in this.
Levy coming forward, Toni Kroos waiting for maybe Drogba to just peel away from his man. Now Pedri dinked in towards Drogba, he wins the header. That's just been a full time. We said there wasn't a celebration. There it is from Danny Pitbull. He goes into the eChampions League finals.
Oh, that's a big chance.
To join his fellow Italian Montaxa. 2 out of 3 finalists so far, coming from the E-Serie A.
I respect that. He waited all game.
Incorrect. E-League, sorry. Just both Italian. Correct myself.
He waited all game for the limbs, and then he got the win, and then he's let it all out. I've got a lot of time for that. We could see some more. We could see some more here, Richard.
Cafu out wide. He's been surrounded by orange shirts and wins the ball back for his troubles. Not seen a repeat from last week.
I was just about to say that.
From that to Abaya. Yeah. So taking his time. It's a terrible throw.
We have.
Oh, he's lucky.
2 additional minutes. The press is in. He's gone back to Donnarumma, who launches it long. R9 wins the flick on. Drogba with space to.
He's got to go to the corner. You have to.
Steamroll into. Bonano looking for a fifth. Goes back to the corner flag. Fakes it. Modric. You've got to think that's all she wrote. Levy with a valiant effort. However, Manchester City and Matthias Bonano will be at the eChampions League finals.
Very, very good. The composure there. I know the game probably was done, but just to wrap it up with a fifth.
Yep, special.
And we see some big celebrations. We said it was going to get stepped up today. Oh, I like that celebration, yeah. I feel like he's looking straight into me there.
I think it's a sense of relief as well in those moments. 4-0 up to 4-3. Levy sort of left it late, but Matthias done his work early on in the game and, of course, sealed it last minute.
Wow, what a performance. Levy and PHZ both crashing out of the tournament. Montaxa, Johnny, Danny Pitbull and Bonano. 4 of your 8 finalists ready and raring to go for the 29th of May.
We're seeing surprises. We're seeing a lot of surprises. It looked a bit of a formality. We're speaking about the favourites and who was going to win. A few of the players are upset already.
Upsets all over the place. However, one player who has been on top of his game the entire eChampions League is the Italian Danny Pitbull, who is joined with Brandon and Rachel now.
I mean, he has indeed, and kind of that roar he let out over there said it all. Going through to the grand finals, Danny Pitbull. It's taken a few years to get here. Just sum up what it means for you.
Sono voluti alcuni anni per arrivare a questo punto. Che cosa significa per te tutto questo?
Diciamo che oggi avevo una grande pressione perché ho perso quest'anno penso 3 volte al turno decisivo, quindi sono davvero molto felice, ho lasciato andare via tutta la pressione che avevo.
Yeah, it was great. You know, this year I've already lost 3 important matches, so this was amazing, and you've seen me, I've let the pressure go.
You seem like you've been very calm, Danny, throughout all of your games. You don't react when you score, you don't react when you concede, or you don't react when things aren't going your way. Is that just the mentality that you have going into these big matches?
Durante le partite sei molto calmo, non reagisci quando segni, quando subisci. È la tua mentalità e come ti approcci alle partite?
Sì, assolutamente, è quello che faccio sempre, è un duro lavoro che faccio perché penso che la mentalità in questi giochi sia il 60% se non troppo, e penso che in questi 2 giorni avevo delle grandi motivazioni in me che mi hanno permesso di essere anche un po' cattivo con me stesso per raggiungere l'obiettivo.
Yes, absolutely, that's what I do. I think your head is 60% of these games, and I'm very hard on myself, and I had a lot of motivation that pushed me through these 2 days.
Nerves of steel. We just saw the penalty shootout there as well. Do you think kind of, you know, the ability to cope under pressure has come because you are one of the oldest now at 26? Does that play into it at all?
Abbiamo visto il rigore, davvero calma e sangue freddo. Pensi che questo appunto approccio tranquillo sia qualcosa che venga con l'esperienza, visto che tu sei uno dei più maturi qua a 26 anni?
Sì, penso proprio di sì, perché alle prime armi tremavo quando giocavo, quindi ora non ho nessuna pressione, giochiamo soltanto ai videogame e amiamo quello che facciamo, quindi non c'è pressione in questo.
Yes, absolutely. When I first started out, I was shaking during the games, but now with experience, you know, these are video games, we're just having fun and we play the game.
Exactly. Well, congratulations. We'll see you on the 29th of May. Well done, Danny Pitbull. You are one of our grand finalists.
Can I just say something?
Yes, please do.
Arianna, this is for you!
There we go. Take him out. Thank you so much. Brandon, I mean, let's just have a conversation as Danny walks out. Thank you, Danny. We'll see you at the magazine in O2 on the 29th of May. The grand final is there. The fact that he now, as well, let's have a look at the bracket, plays Matty as well, Bonanno, who knocked out, obviously, Levy. Another Ajax player goes falling at this hurdle.
Again, a player that, as we've been hyping up, Rachel, that atop their group, we said, look, these guys have earned their right to be in the round of 16, but in some ways, sitting around for so long and not being able to play, I think it does play a part and it does have an effect. I mean, look, so far, 3 out of the 4 players that top their groups coming through have all been eliminated in this round.
We said that, didn't we? That does play a factor. What do you think needs to change then, going forward? Would you want to see those guys play on the same day, a bigger day of competition? What makes it easier
difficult,
for
isn't
them?
it? No, it's difficult. You can't exactly say, I don't want to finish top of the group, do I, and come second or third, but for PHN, I mean, you've had a whole week just to think about one game. You know, you're prepping all week for one game, and if you don't start well, I mean, I said he did start well. If the game flips on its head and turns, then you're in a real pickle, and that's it. End of the Champions League, and you're out.
Yeah, exactly. But the player like Danny Pitbull from Italy, he does go through. Italy, though, is not the nation you were guessing. If you haven't got it, we'll stop guessing because we're about to reveal it in this short break as well. Did you get it?
Yeah.
Of course he did.
Just about.
He gets everything. Anyway, guys, we'll be back in a couple of moments' time. You stop guessing. It's over for you lot. But we have some massive matchups coming your way. We have a world champion and the defending champion after this break. See you in a couple of minutes.
Vocês já adivinharam? Surely you guessed it. A resposta é Liga Portugal. Liga Portugal.
Y'all ready for something new? Just eat. Oh, you thought it was just burgers and fries. They got more flavors than you tasted or you heard in your life. Ooh, this is what the app do. It ain't only fast food. Switching styles like opera to rap too. I'm a bad girl, but my takeout better. What you need, dude? I could cop a taco platter. And my sushi train is on loop. When you're this slick, what you gon' do? Did somebody say just eat?
Yeah, possible.
Looks like whoever drops the ball buys the Pepsi. Go on, Jack. Sonny! Saved by Leah Williamson. Wow, Vinny Jr., game over.
Wait, there's only one Vinny J.
Pepsi, thirsty for more.
Welcome back, guys. Well, you're joining us at the halfway stage then of the round of 16 here. 4 players are qualified for the finals on the 29th of May. 4 more still to book their spots, Richard Buckley. And we have massive players, massive matchups here. We've got the defending champion that side, world champion that side. I have no idea which game I should focus on. Let's focus, though, on the world champion, Manu Bashore. I mean, the fact that he also sits there across from somebody called Ekman, who knocked out a former world champion. This match has it all.
Champion watch. That's what we're on right now at the eChampions League. I think Manu Bashore will also have looked over. I said the same about Levy looking at PSG. He would also looked at what just happened to his mate in Levy and thought, well, I don't want to be like that. I don't want to be knocked out in a really sort of a game that we expect him to win. I'm going to be completely honest as well against Ekman. No one really had Ekman beating him yesterday, and no one's really going to have Ekman beating Manu Bashore. However, if he did it yesterday against Umit, why can't he do it today against Manu Bashore? The Eredivisie was supposed to be dominant. No Eredivisie players in the top 4 so far.
And I guess the fact that Ekman will be thinking that, the guy on the other side as well, Riptorek, he'll be thinking the exact same with the defending champion. We spoke to him yesterday. You know, he got here late, he's in calm, he said, I'm just having fun. He looks like he's focused right now. He's the oldest player left in it, 27. He's just here to enjoy himself.
I remember in 2018...
Oh, that's way back.
A Champions Cup in Manchester, he made the top 16. And now, what, 7 years later, he's still here doing it on the main stage. Emre Yilmaz was about 12 7 years ago. Like, the consistency that he's showed has been really good. I mean, he took a couple of years away, Riptorek, he's come back, and he's still had that drive, even if it is just for the rest of the season, to compete and to really leave a mark on this FC scene as well.
Exactly. People have been saying as well, is the lady behind him the coach? No, it's actually his partner as well, which kind of shows he's wanting to experience it, you know.
He's playing with house money.
Yeah, exactly. It's going to be fun, whatever way it goes. Manu Bashore, though, we are focusing on him, and he, of course, might be the world champion, but he won't be resting on that achievement here this weekend. This is his journey to the ECL.
I'm Manuel, I'm representing PSV this tournament. I grew up as a PSV supporter, so of course it's really special to be back at this club because I was there also from when I was 14 to 16 years old. I've played pretty much all tournaments there is in the FC circuit, and I'd say this one is probably the one in which I haven't performed the best yet. This year I want to put things right, to go forward, score a lot of goals.
Again, Manu Bashore!
Well, the emotion comes from all the weeks' preparation, all the hard work, the stress 2-3 days before the tournament, you feel the nerves. For me, I always try to stay calm until like the game is finished because I know what it is to give away leads. Yeah, so I try to stay calm until the end, but of course when you make an important goal, it's always nice to have a fist bump with your coach or stuff like that.
Manu Bashore, he's having the time of his life!
The eChampions League, there's no favors really, unfortunately, so it's got to be hard. I hope to show myself in the best way possible, just like in the World Cup last year.
We have the current world champion in the building. Yesterday he was commentating the games, today he's playing. And if we see what he did last weekend, I mean, it was impressive, especially offensive. So we're gonna analyze a couple of goals he did last weekend, starting in the first one against Manu Bashore. If we just roll out the clip, let's remind people, Manu Bashore was playing against Foma, the current E-League 1 champion. And this beautiful goal with just the flick of a pass into Drogba, and if we just play the second clip from Cross, if we just stop it in this instance, these are the options that at the moment Manu Bashore has in this instance. He has the pass to R9, he has the pass to Cafu, and he has to pass to Drogba, but he could also go for a potential shot with the Trivela, with the finesse. You know what he does? Neither of those things, because what he will do is work for an angle with the ball roll. He'll pass it into R9 with the control sprint, and if we just pass it in here as well, you can see how Di Fernandez at the moment is just panicking. He's moving the keeper, and if you move the keeper, you cannot defend. You can see he's second man pressing, he's not defending really. So in this instance, if we roll the clip, you can see how he's passing, first time touching, and they're scoring this beautiful goal. So Manu Bashore, he knows how to do the basics right. That's the reason why he's the current world champ. Let's see if he's able to win the ACL as well. The guy who's playing against him, Ekman, eliminated the 2022 world champion in Umut. Will he be able to eliminate the 2022 world champ? I guess we'll see it in a moment. Beautiful game coming up. Manuel Schore against Ekman.
As we join again, Manu Bashir. Ekman into the top 8, his best ever run in an eChampions League.
He's aggressive. I mean, he doesn't give you a chance to breathe.
Rip Torek, his first ever eChampions League knockouts. Well then, halfway through the round of 16, but the games continue to come thick and fast. Someone who's just played a game, and he's in the top 8 of the eChampions League. It's Manchester City's Matías Bernardo. Matías, congratulations.
Thank you so much.
How are you feeling? Because you were walking around the stage, you were applauding around, you were, I would say, quite happy with yourself, because last night you weren't that happy when you were 3-0 down against Ricard.
Yeah, I think yesterday played really bad in the beginning, and now against Levy 4-0 in the beginning, incredible. But after, I don't know, 4-3, and I feel strange right now. No happy.
You don't feel happy?
No.
But Matty, when you can start to concede against Levy and you concede 2-3 goals, what's the conversation like with your coach, Edu? What are you talking about in that moment?
I don't know what happened, because in all the match, Levy don't have any opportunity, I think. And after one goal, second goal, and I think was superiority in the last minutes. And I don't know. I don't know what happened here.
You sound like someone that's just lost. You know you're in the eChampions League top 8, yeah?
Yeah. Still trying to process it. It still happens so quickly.
Of course, get your questions in as well at home for Matías Bernardo. As you said, current pro player of Manchester City Esports. He won the Premier League with Tex. They were teammates, of course, this year. He has been a runner-up in this tournament before, and he will be joining us for the first 45 minutes of this one. Speaking of goals, Tom, 3 minutes in, former, I should say current world champion, Manu Bashir leads by a goal still. What a start for PSV.
Manu's sharp. He's very sharp. You see his touches around the box. We saw what Graverson analysed on the screen there. He always takes the right touch when it goes into his striker. He knows exactly where to go, and he turns there. And as well, the consistency with the time finishing always hits it green.
Matty, as this chance comes in, Emre Yilmaz. Who wins this game?
I think Emre have incredible level.
Drogba!
Right on cue.
Well, it's like he heard you, Matías.
He's crazy in attack.
Look no further, the current eChampions League winner wants to try and make it 2 years in a row. If he wins this game, he will be in the top 8. What's more important, Tom, is if Manu wins and Emre wins, they play in the quarter-finals of the eChampions League. Teammates that played in the Eredivisie together this year will go head-to-head for a spot in the semi-finals. It's harsh, but that's the eChampions League.
Wow, I'll be watching that one. I want front row seats to that, Brandon, because that will be one of the best games in the tournament. Obviously, they've got to get through their opponents here first. Matty, I wanted to ask you, have you practiced much against Manu and Emre this year?
No, this year, yes, but for this match against Levy, no, obviously. But I played against Emre in group stage, and he beat me. He's incredible.
What do you think it is, attack?
Yeah, I think it's the attack, the pressure, and he take the ball in your pitch, and he scored the goal.
All the time. Trust me, I've been there as well. I feel your pain. They're so good, and I think Emre, right now, considering who's gone out, is probably the man to beat as the reigning eChampions League winner. I can't see past him in this game.
Long ball over the top, finds Gavardi all the way from left back. Is Emre Yilmaz potentially on for a second? Mbappe finds Luka Modric. Happy to take his time. Cruz into Mbappe. Didier Drogba. 2-0 for PSV Eindhoven on one side of the stage here in the Champions League. Zero reaction as expected. How good is Emre?
He's incredible. He's like only pass. He's different than another player because so many players need maybe skills. He only pass and he score every goal.
Well, we're getting some questions in for you. One coming in from Ronnie Boy. While dribbling, what is L1 for, and how to use it effectively?
like a skill, or like when you take L1 is run the player. I think it's very important in the wing. For example, against Levy, I take L1 and with Drogba, for example, for the fullbacks. I think in this formation is so important L1 with the fullbacks.
Yeah, I wouldn't use it too much with dribbling, more for triggering runs and making sure players are running in front, and mainly R1 for the dribbling.
Yeah, R1 with Pirlo, as we've been talking about a lot, isn't it?
Yeah, and then L1 just to trigger the runs. I think Matty will know, especially as the game has developed, how much people are triggering runs now. Always L1,
yeah,
R1, all the time. Right?
Yeah, all the time. Because when you take L1, is like the pressure, all the pressure, the team is like more back the opponent.
Yeah.
So it's super necessary.
Seems to happen more in these games than maybe a couple of years ago, right? It seems more than ever now. I see everyone triggering runs all the time. I think you see a feature of it in Emre and Manu's game here as well.
Well, we can see both games here as Manu Bashir finds his second. If you're a PSV Eindhoven fan, you will be over the moon right now because both their players are on fine form. You've got a world champion on one side of the screen and eChampions League winner on the other. And so far, they are cruising. I just had a message in the chat come in, Matty. I don't know how you can answer this. How do you stop corners? You can't, can you?
It's impossible. It's impossible, really. You take Drogba or Haaland, something with aerial plus, and after, I don't know, it's like so difficult.
Just had a message coming as well, Matthias. A lot of people saying how good your English is.
Yeah, my English is better now, I think.
It's very good. Of course, you will be back in the top 8 on the 29th of May on that Wednesday, which is going to be a cracking match when it comes through. How are you looking forward to playing against Danny Pitbull? Played him much?
Yeah, I played against Danny in World Cup in 22. He's an incredible player too, but he's different right now in knockouts. It's so different.
Another question coming in from the chat here, Matty. If you could choose one trophy to win, which one would it be?
World Championship, obviously.
Yeah.
It's the dream for any player, I think. But Champions League is in second place for me.
I mean, you came so close before, didn't you?
Yeah.
To the Champions League. We'll have a little bit of fun here on the Champions League as well, as the step over comes in R9, times it green. If you'd like to ask Matias Bonanno a question in Spanish, I'm sure you'd feel a bit more comfortable answering in Spanish as well.
Yeah, obviously, in Spanish is better.
We'll send a few in for you. Long ball comes in. It's a time group finish from R9. If it wasn't for Donnarumma, it could have been 3-0. Riptor Ektom here is sort of, as you can imagine, struggled to try and really get it going. What can he do? I mean, we always say about breaking patterns and changing tactics and personnel, but you don't really want to be swapping any players in this early on.
Yeah, it reminds me similar of the PH Montaxa game earlier, where PH was just attack after attack after attack, and Montaxa did really well just to keep it to one goal, and then in the second half he can move forward and play the way he did. But yeah, for Riptorek, I'd be looking and thinking just keeping it tight until half-time. If you're not going to make a change now, if you're not going to pause or change personnel, then let's not let the game get away from us too early.
Well, what's happened over here? Club Brugge have got a goal back, Ekman. Who's had a great tournament so far, knocked out Umit yesterday. Former world champion, he's pulled a goal back there, which is hugely important for him. Just a quick one, Matty. Do you know what the Mystery Nation is yet?
What?
The Mystery Nation.
The mystery? I don't know.
No? You don't know the Mystery Nation? Well, we did just put it out on stream not that long ago, so if you haven't got the answer yet, wind the stream back a little bit. Of course, that Mystery League was announced just before the last break. Pele, he's had quite a quiet day so far for Riptorek, trying to get involved in this attack.
It's counter-attack here, Brandon.
This could be dangerous. A 3-on-2 if he can move quickly. Asano back to Didier Drogba, a couple of step-overs. Nicolas Soleil does well. He had to be very convincing with that one. Seven minutes away from half-time. Well, we had a question coming in from Nacho Abaya, who, of course, was in the Champions League last week. Can you ask what, or tell us what he's asking you?
Mati, you are so good. He said that. Nacho,
You can answer in Spanish.
Yeah, no, it's not question. It's like you are good. What football player? Lionel Messi.
And from Man City?
From Man City, in this moment, Foden, I think, but normally it's Erling Haaland.
And we should say congratulations as well.
Thank you.
On another important win in the league. Right, there's been another goal over here, Tom. We left it for not that long. Ekman, 2-0 down, back in the game at 2-2.
We've seen how good he was attacking yesterday against Umut. I remember the third goal sticks out to me, and he's done well there at 2-0. I think be easy for the game to run away from him. He's scored a corner for the first one, good build-up for the second. He's straight back in it. Using Toni Kroos in a bit further forward position as well. Normally he's the man that's sitting there, but he's arrived late on the edge of the box and got his shot off.
We're all square in that one. Again, we will be jumping across both games. Do not worry, we'll keep you up to date here with the Champions League as Emre Yilmaz looks to try and find a third before half-time. What have you made of Pele's role in this team, Tom? Because obviously he's sitting very deep, and is that where you need him to be on the pitch to fit him into the team?
It's an interesting way of using Pele. Very interesting. I would normally just have him as an out-and-out striker. I think if you ever play him there, he needs to be up front. So yeah, you think he's using him right centre mid, if I'm correct. I haven't seen that before. New tactic, but I think what it would be is his right centre mid will be on balanced attack. So when the left back's overlapping, the right centre mid will be the one that is arriving in the box with the right forward, and maybe he just wants attacking presence there. Could be a goal for Ekman.
What an ending this could be to the first half. Timed it rare, but Nicolas Sulla was in the way. And before you leave us, Matthias Bernardo, on the stroke of half-time, we'll ask you one more question as this attack does come in. Referee's going to play it. Ekman will get one more chance in the added time of 1 minute. Good feet from R9, unfortunately. Does get dispossessed in the end. And a message coming in from Saga. And he says, Matthias, what is your favourite play style plus?
I think aerial is the best in this game.
Is it the best and the worst?
Yeah, I think it's the best, but my favorite maybe is, I don't know, rapid for... No, power shot. Today I scored with power shot with Cafu. I think power shot, I'm so good with power shot.
It's got to be goal of the day, I think, right now, from what we've seen.
Well, when you score with Cafu, it normally needs to be a special goal, doesn't it?
Wait, I've got a question, actually. Did you practice that power shot before playing today?
No, I like all the time I did the power shot, so yeah, I practice power shot a lot.
With Cafu or?
No, with any player. I know Cafu have the play style in white, so he's good in power shot.
Very creative goal. Liked it a lot.
Drogba. Times it red. There's Pele back again, picking up the pieces. Question for the chat as well at home. There is one player that has been in these teams. Well, of course, alongside many, has got 3 play style pluses. Toni Kroos obviously got himself that road to the final upgrade not so long ago. Real Madrid making it to the stage. Can you tell us at home, what are the 3 play style pluses that Toni Kroos does have? And we'll have a little bit of fun with you at home. We'll get some answers up on the screen. I'm sure we'll quiz Matthias Bernardo to tell us. Do you know them?
Toni Kroos, ping pass.
Well, don't tell us all of them. Ping pass is one.
Yeah.
We'll see if the chat can get the other ones.
Okay.
There are 3 in total. Here's Cancelo now. Rip Torek still trying to get back into this time. Potentially, we are going to see a ping pass there from Toni Kroos. R9 looks to go one-on-one. Emre Yilmaz, can he pull away? Vincent Kompany back defend him. Just got to try and break into this game somehow, Tom, hasn't he?
Yeah, I mean, he could have an opportunity here. He's managed to find some space on the left with Guardiola. Ball into... I don't think R9's the man you want there. You want to be hitting Drogba in them situations. He's won it high up, though.
R9, reverse elastico.
No, if you are going to commit to the cross, you've got to make sure that it's hitting Drogba.
Matty, is that the correct answer from Tobias? The 3 play style pluses for Toni Kroos?
No.
He's right.
Yeah, he's right.
He is right.
Yeah, he's right.
Ping pass, long ball pass, and anticipate, of course, with that road to the final knockout. I thought you knew the answer, Matty.
Careful. Aerial plus, how? I don't know. Yeah.
Don't worry, I'm confusing you now. Let's jump across to Manu Bishore, who is potentially back in front here. 51 minutes on the clock. Remember, he was leading by 2-0, the current world champion. And we're going to see this moment now. Didier Drogba. Surprise, surprise. Makes it 3-2 over on that side of things.
Good composure from Manu. I think you see it a few times when someone's waiting for options. He held the ball with Cancelo and started walking backwards towards his own goal just to let the team build up again. And Manu did really well there because it looked like his first instinct was to try and cross that. Realised that he couldn't. Could be a long pass on here. Oh, he's tried it. But yeah, Manu there, I think you see a feature in a lot of people's games where they start walking backwards and it looks like they're not dangerous, but it sets up the rest of the team.
Well, we're in a pause menu over there, Tom, for the Rip Tourette game. Headsets off for him. He's trying to make some important changes. Time is running out. He wishes to go through. As it currently stands, it would be an all-PSV quarter-final on the 29th of May. Long ball over the top. Very brave, Cafu Donnarumma. Happy to play it around and find Ekman maybe another chance to get this ball forward. Gabriel Jesus. That is an interesting tackle.
Yeah, it's only a bookie.
Coming into this tournament this time round, a week later, did you change anyone in the team?
In the team, yes. Jimenez for Company for this stage. Because Company is so slow.
So slow?
Yeah.
But loads of people love Company.
What?
Everyone loves Company.
Yeah, but me no.
No? There's a reason why you're in the top 8. But it's interesting because on the side of Ekman, Tom, he actually subbed out. Oh, Drogba! He's someone that's not getting subbed out, but he actually subbed out Thierry Henry to bring in R9. It seemed like that was the opposite way around. People, of course, were subbing out R9 to bring on Thierry Henry. It's a goal back in that one, 3-3.
He's done it again. That's 2 this game for Ekman. He knows what he's doing with these corners, and Manu actually pulled Drogba to try and mark that there, but sometimes it's not enough. If he can win the header and the ball is placed in the right direction from the corner, sometimes the attacker will get... Oh, great press.
Oh my, this could be a gift. Ekman, can he ball roll around the goalie? No, he can't.
They're the ones that hurt. You pressed him so well. Got him right exactly where you want him. It just a touch a little bit heavy before he could do a ball roll.
You've got to be scoring that.
Incredible, Ekman. Incredible in crosses. Incredible in practice. Incredible, and this in corner. Amazing.
Back to Manu. It's your chance now to get the ball forward. Modric stopped in his tracks. Well, we just got a question in from Kosu, who was playing this tournament last week in the group stage. He's got a question for you, Matty.
Yeah, he's more fast. It's the only reason. He's more fast than Company. I watched my games in the first stage, and all the goals is for the side of Company. So I need to change him.
So you looked at the goals you conceded, and it was very clear that Company was the problem.
Yeah, in so many goals, I think so. And Jimenez have 85 of pace, so he's a little bit faster.
It's interesting that, Tom, because he's not really in many teams, Jimenez.
No, it was a bit of a wild card pick, but I see how Matthias thinks, because if you know one player has made so many mistakes and he costs you, you know he has to go out and try someone else. So, I mean, it's worked in the top 8.
You can't be very forgiving, can you?
It's the one thing pro players love doing. It's taking a player out. If they think he's to blame, they run a tight ship. I feel like everyone does it. Whenever you're in the warm-up rooms and everyone's practicing, they always say, oh, one player I'm not comfortable with, he's going straight out. If he misses one big chance...
Big chance, Drogba. That's a brilliant cancellation inside to R9. Manu Bishore back in front. Talk to me about this build-up, Tom.
Works it perfectly inside. Manu's done that a few times, but what I like there is the cancel at the end. It looks like he's going to shoot with Drogba. and Ekman has to commit the defender, and then at the right time Manu cancels it, brings it back inside. It's very, very smart, but you see Manu doing it quite a lot from the right side. He's letting the team build up and then moving it inside, and when he has 2 or 3 different options, he's making the right choice every single time.
How important is it to bring in cancellation of skill move shots?
I didn't use the cancellation of shoot, really.
At all?
No. But so many players use the cancellation so good, but me no. So I don't know. It depends which player. So I think for Manu it's important, but for example in that opportunity, maybe in the first with Nazario, maybe a big opportunity for a score and he take the pass, and maybe it was a mistake, you know, but he scored.
Why don't you cancel moments in the game? Do you don't feel like you need to? Or you feel like you back your ability that much that it's not something that you need?
No, I don't need that, I think. For Manu and for Emre, I think it's more important for the attack, but for me, no, I take the ball and I shoot. It's different, I don't know.
There could be another chance here for Manu, who looks to try and pull away with a second goal. It would give him a 2-goal advantage. Modric tries to disguise that pass into the Dropa. Interesting that though, Tom. I mean, look, if you back your ability, you don't feel like you need that extra, maybe question mark going forward, then don't use it.
I think some players are like that, where they realise they play to their strengths. You don't need to know absolutely everything in the game to win and be the best. If you're a master of certain things, I think that's better than being, you know, maybe good at everything. It might be better to master everything and then be confident in your play style. But if you're trying to watch and think of what every other pro does and try and copy it, it's too much, way too much to have all of them. So I can see why Matthias thinks.
Well, it's sort of like the priority list, isn't it? Corners, number 1. And then we work down from there. You can see some of the games that are coming up your way. It's a La Liga FC Pro Classic there. Di Fernandez against Neat, a rematch from the Cup earlier on this year. And you would have just seen Levy thin and Luca just lining up, ready to go there. Here's Didier Drogba, Manu. What a tackle, or not, just about. Keeps possession as Manu. Back to Luka Modric. Cafu. Final 10 minutes, keep your questions coming in. Matty, there's another one coming in from you in Spanish. I'm guessing that says favourite defender?
Yeah, favourite defender. Good Spanish, good Spanish. No, mi defensor favorito es Van Dijk. Van Dijk is the best. Lamentablemente en este torneo no se puede usar porque no tiene carta de la Champions, pero Van Dijk para mí es el mejor.
So you basically just said there, Matty, that Van Dijk's the best player in the game?
Yeah, in defence, obviously.
And Manny Bashir might just be one of the best players left in the eChampions League. It's a 2-goal swing. And he is slowly but surely, Tom, pulling away with 8 minutes left on the clock.
Big celebration. He knows that's the one to kill the game. Look at that, yeah. 8 out of 10, maybe 6 out of 10 on the limb scale. He actually didn't go as crazy as I thought, but yeah, he knows that's the goal to set him apart there, and I think he'll win from there. He shouldn't throw that one away.
Well, we've just had a full-time result in one of our other games. The headline news over there, Emre Yilmaz is through. Rip Torek, commiserations. He is eliminated from the Champions League. I mean, there's been a lot of talk about Emre Yilmaz. Graveson's been speaking, obviously, about how good he is and how much he thinks that he can go and do it again this year, Tom. Look, he's in the top 8 again.
Yeah, it's impressive, especially after watching his Eredivisie teammates drop out. He's the first to stop the trend from Zin and Levy. Yeah, he's playing at a different level, and there must be something he likes about the eChampions League. To win it and then go straight back into the top 8 is not easy at all, and right now looks unstoppable.
And on the other side, commiserations, Rip Torek, as Richard was saying earlier, this is a player that has been competing since 2018. We will hope to see you again, my friend. Of course, got himself a spot here from the Ekstraklasa in Poland, the FC Pro League there. He has been dominating it. He won it last year, came second this year. I'm sure we'll be seeing him back in action very soon indeed. Back to this one now, though. 4 in-game minutes left. 2-goal leads. If you're in this position and you've got a 2-goal lead, 3 minutes left.
Possession is the key. Against Levy, I didn't use the possession, and almost Levy 4-4.
So look after the ball.
Yeah.
Keep possession,
Keep
moving
possession. In the corner. In the corner is so important.
Go to the corner?
Yeah.
Find any way to win. You can understand why. Top 8 guaranteed here.
Good Manu.
See, look, he can hear you.
Yeah.
R9, one more Manu. Why not? Stopped in his tracks by João Cancelo.
I think the key is always, if you're going to lose the ball, lose it on the wings. It's much harder to score if you concede high up. If you concede possession high up on the wings, your team will recover well. If you give it away in the middle of the pitch, that's where it's dangerous. So yeah, I can see the corners and playing in the attacking third. Where Manu is now is the perfect position to play in. He's going to recycle back out. Actually, he's going to go back to the goalkeeper here. Yeah, I'd imagine that will just take off a minute off the clock.
Well, this is huge for Manu Bashir because this has been his best ever Champions League. He fell in the group stages last year. And of course, you can't remember what he did after that. He went and became a world champion, and his form got better and better and better. He seems like he's in fine form this time round. He will be in the top 8, and he knows who stands in his way. Teammate, fellow Dutch player, and current eChampions League defending champion, Emre Yilmaz. Those two will go head-to-head on the 29th of May. Commiserations to Ekman, who looked on, has had a brilliant tournament. He was really the surprise package from the group stages.
Yeah, I think people probably written him off a little bit. Didn't expect him to get through the groups. Did that. Managed to get a win against world champion, or previous world champion, Umut. And he's shown how good he was there as well. He's not made that easy.
And Matthias, before you go, Emre Yilmaz against Manu Bashir. What a game. Who wins that game?
It's so difficult. Emre and Manu, they are incredible players. But I think, for me, Emre.
Emre to come through. Right, you've got 10 days until we see you again in London. What are you going to do for the next 10 days?
I think I need to improve in the last minute in defense because against Levy 4-0, 4-3, I think it's the best thing to improve for me.
Amazing. Tommy's been brilliant, hasn't he? Look, he's done enough to get himself a top 8. Thank you so much for joining us on the commentary. For now, we're going to pass over to our very own Ryan Passau, who is with the defending eChampions League champion, and he's already in the top 8.
Thank you, Brandon. Joined by Emre Yilmaz. It was a top game, of course, winning 2-0. The only player to win a knockout game with a clean sheet. We're not going to talk about your defence. We're going to highlight your attacking in this game. And it started off very early in this game against Ripturek. 7 minutes in or so, you would have seen this chance. It did hit off the inside of the outside of the post. Sorry. Yeah. As the clip plays out, though, you've got the ball with Cafu. You're looking to recycle possession, and I'll pause it just here perfectly. In this situation, of course, Drogba's in possession. The options to pass, you can maybe try and get the ball to Mbappe. I think it's pretty unlikely. You could look for a pass into Pedri here to try and get a ball maybe up to R9 in this situation. What was going through your mind when you had the ball here?
Yeah, I do this a lot of times, also in the groups. Everyone expects the pass here.
Yeah.
But if I just run through the space, it's very scary for my opponent. So I had to try it, and it worked.
Yeah, exactly. As the clip plays on, even slowly here, as you mentioned, a lot of players look here to try and cut the passing lane. If you pause it again here perfectly, you'll notice that the player cursor did switch the indicator from Pedri to Toni Kroos. So he thought you were going to play the pass across.
Yeah,
he was sold on the dream of the extra pass. And as this clip plays out, as you mentioned, just the speed here with Drogba, with the speed boost into the space, into the area, top corner, and it was a great start from you in that game. But of course, you're playing your teammate in the next round of the eChampions League. How are you feeling for that?
Yeah, it's a difficult feeling. Manu is one of the best players and one of the best players attacking, defense. So it will be a very tough game, but it's normal when you have top 8 in the Champions League. So everyone is tough. And I think I'd rather play him now than in the final. So.
Yeah, of course. Again, a massive congratulations for you in that game. Fantastic result. And let's head back to Rachel and Richard Buckley.
Thanks so much, Right. Yeah, Emre Yilmaz, wow, is what I'm going to say. You know, the fact that he didn't concede a goal there, he looks like the one to watch. I like that he just spoke about potentially facing Manu, a player he knows so well. That's difficult, Rich, isn't it?
I think all the games today, this was the round that you probably favoured the two favourites more than any other round. I think both Ekman and Ripturek, they were unbelievable yesterday, but replicating it game after game after game is very difficult. So seeing Emre Yilmaz, seeing Manu Bashir, it felt quite professional, the way that they went about it. I mean, Emre 2-0. Like, he got his goals and then just said, you're not scoring. And that game in the quarterfinals is going to be box office. I can't wait.
For me, I hate they meet there as well. I want that to be kind of like a final. But Ekman, he did get through, didn't he? Past the current world champion. That ended 5-3 in the end. But as you can see then, most of our quarterfinals are complete. Go on, Rich, what's that noise for?
I mean, just look at it. Montaxa Johnny, Banano Danny Pitbull, the all PSV classic. Manu Bishori versus Emre Yilmaz, and we've still got 2 more quarter-finalists left to fight.
Yeah, and obviously that will be the another quarter-final, potentially a semi-final. Whoever gets through will play either Manu Bishor or Emre Yilmaz. So next up, we have got Levi Finn, of course. He's up against Luka Negwa, and then we've got Neat against D. Fernandez. Can you look at them and think they're as clear-cut as the ones we just saw?
In one of the games, yes. I think Neat beats D. Fernandez, because we've also seen it. I think history will repeat itself. They took on each other in the FC Pro La Liga Cup, where Neat beat him. I think Neat does beat him again. I think Levi Finn versus Luko is an interesting one, because it could go either way. Luko with the set plays, Levi Finn probably a little bit more of a more complete game. But whoever plays better, I think, probably takes it. It's going to be a very, very tight game, that one.
Yeah, well, they might get, mightn't they, to take on someone like the world champion, Manu Bishor. And let's actually go to his game, because we do have a MasterCard moment of the match from that one. And it was from when Manu did take the lead over Ekman, Rich.
Yeah, Manu, it was a very interesting game because he was playing well, but Ekman was scoring. And then he found himself in a situation, 22 minutes left to play, 3-3 the scoreline. And when you're in these tight games, you just need a little bit of quality. That cancel there from Drogba, really nice. Just opened up an inch of space in the box, and you can see what that goal meant to him as well. He doesn't celebrate loads, Manu Bishore, in these matches, but I think that goal for him was just a little bit of clearance he needed on Ekman. He went and got the 5th shortly afterwards, and a good performance in the end to win 5-3.
Ekman must leave as well, going, well, I've taken down one world champion. I've put myself in a really good position kind of for the rest of the community going forward.
Yeah, absolutely. I think he's done Belgium proud. He's performed really well. He came in as a minor league champion. I think that also gives a lot of confidence to other players coming from those minor leagues that you can have an opportunity. You can sort of go with the big dogs of the scene, and you can take them down. Unfortunately, a tough game. A world champion has his number on this occasion, but that ultimate victory will live long in the memory for Ekman.
Yeah, exactly. Well, 2 big dogs stayed in the competition in that round. One final round coming your way after the break. But during the break, well, we've got a feature from Turkish Airlines, one of our partners, Turkish Airlines Widen Your World. They took our players out on the London Underground to see how well they know the tube. Rich, spoiler, not very well.
Piccadilly would be my favourite line because it takes me to all the, the main tourist spots in London.
Stratford.
Piccadilly. Leicester Square.
Baker Street.
I don't know, I always walk, I love walks, especially when the weather is good, like these days.
The Kensington is near us. É a minha primeira vez em Londres, não conheço nenhuma estação de metro.
I think it's St. Pancras. I don't know even if it's an underground station or a train station.
I don't know any.
In underground? No one, 0. I never take the... Never.
Try to think what other stops have been at. Yeah, you've got me already, I don't know.
Oxford Town or something. No, Oxford Street. And that's it.
Ready for something new? Just eat. Oh, you thought it was just burgers and fries. They got more flavors than you tasted or you heard in your life. Ooh, this is what the app do. It ain't only fast food. Switching styles like opera to rap too. I'm a bad girl, but my takeout better. What you need, dude? I could cop a taco platter. And my sushi train is on loop. When you're this slick, what you gon' do?
Yeah, possible.
Looks like whoever drops the ball buys the Pepsi. Go on, Jack. Sonny! Saved by Leah Williamson. Wow, Vinny Jr., game over.
Wait, there's only one Vinny J.
Pepsi, thirsty for more.
Well, welcome back then to the final round of the knockouts. Just 4 players left ready to play, and they've been waiting all day, Tom. That's pretty tough. One of those players over there is Neat, someone you know quite well. You've played with him a couple of times, haven't you? What happened in the last encounter?
I've played Neat for years now, but last encounter I did actually beat him, so that's why we've chosen him. I wanted to get that in before we start analysing him, but yeah, Neat I think is attacking the best player here, definitely. He's so skillful. Got so many different options and he's so hard to defend.
Do you ever look at some of those skills in the first clip as well? Because that is something that not all the players do. They sometimes play it safe, don't they?
Yeah, you see some people play effective, they look for crosses, or maybe they're just looking for the quickest way to goal, but Neat, he's got a little bit of flair. He actually reminds me similar to Tex and the way Tex can play. So we start this clip, you see he's got a lot of options going forward. He wants to score goals, and we stop it here. We stop. When he gets there, he takes the big touch, and he had an option already. He's decided to go in here. Now you're thinking, probably going to shoot, right? He gets his shot off from there. He has an option that some people might not see in R9. He just uses a little skill move, little half drag back, flare pass into R9. Now, he's got it with R9. We're going to stop it again. Probably thinking he's done enough, right? He's going to shoot. Not for Neat. He wants that little bit extra every time. And he plays it forward. Me here, I'm turning and shooting personally. I just want to get my shot off, and Neat, he adds that little bit of flair to it. He does the elastico to make sure of the angle and scores. Yeah, he's a joy to watch. I'm hoping to see a lot more of this. This one is his passing. It is so quick. 1, 2, 3, 4, straight away. Tex has no time to react, and he scored. That was in half speed. I want to show this in full speed now so you can see just how quick these are. 1, 2, 3, 4. Thank you for coming. I'll do a step over as well just to add it on. And yeah, if you want to watch Neat, he is the one to watch, one of the most entertaining players here, and I'm sure we're going to see a lot more of this in his game against Di Fernandez.
Tom, you were able to beat him, though. What did you do that Di Fernandez should have watched to beat Neat here?
Sat closer to my screen first. I remember that game, but I think you have to get so tight to him with your player switch, and you have to make sure you're there every time, not second-man pressing too much, and get into him before he can do the skill move, because if you give him the space you allow him, he's going to run riot.
Oh, OK, thank you so much, Tom, for that insight on Neat. Well, he is one of the 4 players who have been waiting all day for their chance to qualify for the final 8 on the 29th of May. Just 2 matches left. Let's get into it.
What incredible performance.
The giant killer, Levy Finn.
Having to defend again from Luco. This could be a 4th. This could be game, set, match for the Italian. And he is Mbappe all the time in the world. The one more pass, you know he's going to take it. Di Fernandez squeaks through in the most narrow game We've got a very special guest in the commentary position for the final day here of the eChampions League knockouts. The former world champion joining us to watch your teammate in Levi Finn taking on Luka Negua. If you've got any questions in the chat for this man, whether it be in English or in German, let us know. We're going to be firing them away all throughout the game. First things first, Fred, how are you after yesterday's result?
I think now I'm good again, but still, of course, I'm just disappointed about how I played, to be honest, because I know I can play much better. And of course, I'm disappointed to be out of the tournament because I think eChampions League is one of the nicest tournaments the whole year. I'm just waiting for these tournaments to come at least like in the top 8 to the final tournament, and I did this 2 years in a row to come into the top 8, and of course it's like crazy feeling if you're going to, and if you get your own suit and stuff like this. It's just nice, but yeah, this year I couldn't do it.
Well, we're underway with Neat and Di Fernandez, while Luko and Levi Finn just get the ball rolling.
The first thing I want to ask you, Umut, is we're here watching the competition, so Rich and I really don't know how the training goes. Is there any player that surprised you in training on group stage or even today, this weekend?
In training, like, to be honest, I train also a lot, and I have to say I played the most games against Levi de Weert.
Okay.
And I think he's so good for me. He was playing so good in practice, and of course he was playing against Matti. He's also really, really good. But to be honest, I thought Levi gonna win. Yeah, but of course against Matti it's not easy.
What cross that is from Di Fernandez. He started strong here versus Neat. Tom and Rachel just broke down a few of Neat's clips. Tom said he's the best attacker in the tournament. Do you agree with that sentiment? Because you shook your head. Shook your head when he said that. Who do you think is better?
To be honest, I think Neat is one of the best to outplay his opponents.
Yeah.
But I think in attack, and in this tournament is Emre just the best. I think he's so good in attacking. But it's also because of his pressure. He's just attacking, like if he defends, he just defends so attacking. So he will just get the ball really early.
An interesting selection in Di Fernandez's team is Vidic at centre-back. One of the only players to use a defender in one of those icon slots. You only get 3 icons to pick from, and Vidic is in the team. Here's Mbappe skipping around the goalkeeper. It's been a great start from Di Fernandez, and he goes 1-0 against Neat, Grav.
Yeah, I mean, that's a beautiful pass by a player who's not used as much as well in Xavi Simons, as we can see in this clip. Maybe he did select the centre-back a bit too early, you think?
Yeah, maybe, but I think it was also like he just passed it, and yeah, he was just too far away from the player, I think. But it was not like really bad defended, I think, from Neat. It was just played really good from Di Fernandez.
See that lovely switching pass from Xavi. Long ball pass activated as he hits Cancelo on this far side. Over Di Fernandez. Had a tough game yesterday. 6-5 victory versus ISO Power. And now we're underway with our featured game. A player that you know very, very well in Levi Finn. How is he feeling coming into today?
Like, to be honest, I think he's feeling really good. He played last stage really good, and I also practiced against him, and he's just really, really crazy good. I think he's one of the underrated players I've known, to be honest. I think in Germany everyone knows how good he is, but I think internationally he don't get what he deserves. But I think, and I hope, he will show it in this tournament.
Were you surprised when he beat Anders in the virtual Bundesliga to get this spot? Because if Anders would have beat Levi Finn, he would have been at the eChampions League. Were you surprised sort of watching that game from the sidelines, seeing how it went?
Yeah, to be honest, I feel like Levi is one of the best players, but still for me...
Ooh, chance here. Cannoned over the crossbar.
But for me, Anders is just the best player in the world. For me, like, from...
Right now?
Yeah, to be honest, like, he's the best, I think, from skill. Like, I think he has to learn more, he has to adapt more to the meter, to the play styles and stuff like this. In that case, he's not the best, to be honest. But I think when it comes just to play FIFA, I think Anders is the best. So I also expected more Anders to win, to be honest. But yeah, I was not crazy surprised that Levi wins.
How was it? We are gonna talk about this just in a second, because Sule is able to win the ball.
How was it playing with Anders in 2v2?
Yeah, like in some ways when you play with unders, it's really easy, but in some ways it's also like really hard, to be honest, because unders, like in game, I think he's just the best. So you don't have to do anything crazy. You just give him the ball in front of the box, he will score. So that is easy. But yeah,
question coming in here
it's
from
not that
Smoke.
easy.
Who is the biggest underdog remaining in the tournament? He wants to cheer for them.
Okay, we can give a few of them. In my opinion, it could probably be Lukonegwa at the moment.
In the top 8, Montaxa, Johnny, Danny Pitbull, Bonanno, Manu Bishore and Emre Yilmaz.
We're just going to talk about that after this beautiful goal with the cross by Cancelo to Drogba, and it is able to equalize. So Umut, prediction. What do you think? Biggest underdog?
Chance here for Levy Finn.
Yeah.
He also said to us before we started, can I be favouritism? Can I cheer for Levy Finn?
You can.
You're wearing the shirt already. I mean,
Yeah, I just want to know because like I could pick which matchup I could like commentate.
Yeah.
So I
You
just
picked this
asked.
one.
Yeah, I picked this one because I just asked before that. Can I be like that? I want to Leverkusen to win because if I wouldn't do it, I would just take other game, to be honest.
out of the 6 players we've got already in the eChampions League finals, biggest underdog, you're probably looking maybe Danny Pitbull out of the names we've got there already. Johnny, I mean, he's one of the favourites. You've got Emre Yilmaz, the defending champion, Manu Bishore, the world champion, Matthias Bonanno, E-Premier League champion and multiple regional competitions behind him, and then Montaxa, he won the E-League and won 3 out of his 4 games that he had to win. So you're probably looking Montaxa or Danny Pitbull, Grav, would you say?
For me, between them, it's Danny Pitbull. Just because Montaxa is... Ooh, let's talk about this in a second, yeah. Montaxa, we don't talk about him too much on commentary, but as just Umut said, he's one of the best players in the world. And I was talking with Edu, like, what do you think about the PH scene against Montaxa match? And he told me, I think you guys underestimated Montaxa in a way, because he's the current E-League 1 champion.
I remember watching him in Paris at the E-League finals, and out of the 4 players on the stage, Fuma, Montaxa, Curtadilo and Lex, he was playing the best FC out of the 4 of them. And he was the player who actually played in that final match for FC Lorient to lift the trophy, defeating Lex in dramatic fashion.
What do you think, Umut?
I think Montaxa is just one of the best players. I think he's also a little bit underrated.
Ooh, green time from Luco.
So I think he's not like an underdog, to be honest. But these names are so good. Everyone is so
they're
good.
all fantastic.
There is no underdog, to be honest. But I think the most underdog now this season would be Pitbull, I think. And I think he's also really good and can beat everyone.
Oh,
great
what a save. I want to ask you, Umut, is this something, because we've seen Donnarumma getting really out of position, this is something you guys train over at Leipzig?
To be honest, just Levy does this. I don't do it. I don't like it. It's just crazy risk.
Okay.
If he just picks the wrong side, now it was correct, but like in the corner before, he was just lucky, to be honest. So yeah, I tried to get Drogba in front of the defender, but it's also not working every time. Corners are so good, and if the opponent can do good corners, it's hard to defend.
We've got the 2022 World Champion, the 2023 Club Champion with us on commentary, RB Leipzig's Umut. If you've got any questions you've been asking or wanting to ask one of the best players on the planet, let us know in the chat. We'll be picking a few out. He'll be joining us for the entire game and seeing if his teammate in Levy Finn can book one of those 8 tickets to the eChampions League finals. Any questions for Umut, whether it's in English or in German, we will get them to him. He can be featured on this live stream. Chance here for Levy Finn to come forward. Cancelo got 2 players on him.
Nice dribbling.
Great dribbling. R9 takes the space, looking for the cutback.
What do you think is the strongest part about Levy Finn's gameplay, Umut?
To be honest, like, he's just playing so beautiful. He's playing real football. He just tries to turn, he just tries to pass, also some skills. If you see him FIFA playing, he's just looking nice, and he's so good in the box. He's so good in attacking, and of course also good in defense. But I think his strongest part is just in his offense. If he plays just his play, how he plays normal, I think he will like win for sure.
We've got the
great switch of play in this instance. Let's see if he is able to knock it down.
Passing to Pirlo. Possible cross into Drogba, and a beautiful goal coming in from Levi Finn. Drogba was able to knock it down, then Pirlo with the player lock coming into the air, Drogba as well. I mean, there's not much you can do defensively wise, right, Umut?
Yeah, to be honest, not. He tried to defend the first cross with player lock. I think it was the right way, to be honest, but still, Luka Negua just played it really good. You know, I think Pirlo has also the cross play style in white, so the cross was really good there in this situation, and yeah, it was hard to defend.
Big goal just before half-time. Coming in for Neat, dinked into the box for Drogba, acrobatic finish, straight past the Fernandez, and after trailing 1-0, he will go into half-time 2-1 up. Luco coming forward once again, representing FC Torino. That's whipped into the box, however, sails over all the heads. Damien asking a question, Umut, do you have any defensive tips?
Yeah, of course, it's...
Could be a chance for Pirlo. Red timed.
Was that a creative run?
Yeah, it was a creative run. He used it a lot, to be honest.
We'll get to your question just after this corner comes in, Damien, because it could be a chance for Levi Finn. Drifted into the near post, Drogba versus Drogba. Any defensive tips, Umut?
Yeah, of course, it's like hard to say because I don't know how good someone is. But I think the first thing you have to learn to be really good, you have to switch your players with the right stick. I know a lot of players, and of course a lot of friends of me, for example, in real life, they switch the players with L1, but with L1 you can't choose the player that you want. So you have to choose your players with the right stick, and also you have to learn it like, I think 1 year or something. If after 1 year you can do it maybe really good, but you will have much problems in the beginning. But to be really good, you have to learn it.
He's been very dangerous off corners. The entire eChampions League campaign has Luco. He's gone to the front post on some, the back post as well for Drogba. Let's see what is coming in his repertoire this time around. It's floated in, but Donnarumma very easy to get onto the ball.
Abo Oof as asking a question to Umut as well. Advice for a new player who wants to participate in this tournament, Umut?
Yeah, of course, you just have to play. I think also like tournaments, like small tournaments, like for example Blackie Cups or other tournaments where you can show that you're able to be good.
Wicked Wednesday.
Yeah, Wicked Wednesday, for example. But if you win any tournament of that, of course, then you show that you're really good. And if you can show that, maybe you will represent any club. And
Emre asking what's the best skill move to open shot chances. So the best skill moves inside the box.
We can just say one. Just one. The first that comes to mind.
Step over.
Step over.
What about for you, Grav?
Reverse elastico.
You're not bad yourself. I'll let you in on the pro questions as well.
Reverse elastico.
Yes, step over.
Here is Mbappe. Look for those skill moves in the final third. Yes. Drogba just taking a little step to his left and firing into the back of the net.
I mean, there's not much to say, right? You just mentioned it, the step over, which was amazing. And then the dribbling was really good with Drogba, the left stick dribbling. He was a bit lucky.
I'm asking questions of Sule. Anticipate Plus, the brand new play style that's just been added to him.
Yeah, I think look at the
He was, of course, lucky, but again, the left stick dribbling was good.
Yeah.
And that's something that I think we should talk about Levi. I mean, in the match against Nicolas, I remember the third goal, the left stick dribbling was amazing, and then the first time passes inside the box, pretty similar to the first goal in this game. He's just really good and creative inside the box.
Yes, he's really good in that.
Could be a chance here for Luco just before half-time. The other match in the final round, Neat still winning 2-1. 53 minutes on the clock versus Di Fernandez. I'm sure we'll head on over there at half-time. Luco going to get the last chance of the half. Vincent Kompany defends well. Back to Donnarumma, and it's cleared long for Levi Finn. He will go in 2-1 up. The action doesn't stop as Neat and Di Fernandez going head-to-head. This is a match, Grav, that you saw live happen. I believe it was in San Sebastian.
San Sebastian, yeah.
Neat was victorious versus Di Fernandez. What would Di Fernandez have learned from previously playing someone, and then you're going in to play them again now?
You have to play in a different way, because in the way, I mean, Neat won convincingly, and I do think now, as we have this chance...
Di Fernandez coming forward, Gvardiol back to Mbappe. That's great left stick dribbling. Really unlucky.
I do think now at the moment, Di Fernandez is using so much more the play styles, with the whip cross, with the L1 coming into Drogba as well.
but he has to stop these passes into the right back, because he knows if Neat's able to, you know, build up from the inside and then get the long ball pass into the fullback, he's going to put you inside your box, and that's going to be tough for you. We have this beautiful chat of Johnny, Edu, Matti, and I think that's Feldman. So yeah, that's a really good time to ask you a question, because you played Johnny in the Virtual Bundesliga. What makes him so good at the game?
Yeah, I think he's one of the best at the moment. And like, he's just playing so different to everyone else. He's not playing like anyone. He's playing a different formation to anyone. He's just like, he's doing a lot of long balls, to be honest, and he's defending so good. I think he conceded maybe 4 goals in this entire eChampions League.
You're correct, 4.
Could be a chance here for Di Fernandez. It was Cruyff into Mbappe, but Neat defends well. We can just see PH in there. Obviously, he was knocked out earlier on. How surprised were you watching that game?
Of course, I think everyone thought like PH isn't going to win because he was just the favorite. He's one of the best, but yeah, Montaxa is so good, so I was not crazy surprised that Montaxa win, because I knew, okay, maybe it's a 60-40 match, but not more, I would say. I think like Montaxa is just crazy underrated.
30 minutes just about to play here. Neat leading 2-1. However, it's not been convincing. Gravison.
Not really, no.
Di Fernandez has started to get a little bit more of the ball since we've been watching. He's been creating chances, especially on this left-hand side of the pitch through Drogba. Cruyff, he's the only player to use Cruyff in his team. And also Pedri linking it up in the middle of the pitch. That's going to be a switch of play. You saw it all day long.
This is good. I like this. Thanks for production.
2-1 in both games. Chance for Di Fernandez, floated to the back post. Drogba wins the header, but he's just offside.
So I got a question for you, Umut, as well. Obviously, the 2 star players in Leipzig are Anders and you, but this is a great chance for the people to see Levy as one of the best players in the world. Do you think sometimes it's hard for him to shine in the international stage, being beside such big stars as
Chance for Neat, good save.
Yeah, of course, it's not easy for him, to be honest, because also like in the Virtual Bundesliga, me and Anders, we played like the most of the matches, and also in the DFB Pokal, me and Anders just played. Yeah, it is how it is. It's not easy to have 3 good players, to be honest, and but we are like, I think our chemistry is really good, so we just talk to each other, we are just honest, and we player also decides who plays. We just talk with our coach Freminator, but he will never say, okay, you play and you play. We can decide.
Joint decision.
Yeah, it's a decision just for us, everyone, and yeah, we managed that really good, to be honest.
Again, a couple of chances falling Di Fernandez's way. That's 3-1. Levy Finn, as he looks over towards the commentary position with a big smile to Umut.
Oh, what a guy. We got to get a replay on that. But yeah, this is a similar goal that was scored. Let's see the way he just looks at Umut and just greets Umut from the distance. You can see.
Got to be happy so far with what you're seeing.
Yeah,
from
like it's just like how he plays, just around the box. He wants to try like to get him in the box, the defenders, and just passing until he can shoot. And right decision to shoot in the long corner, just a perfect goal.
Were you surprised to see Levy beat Nicolas in such a convincing way?
To be honest, I saw that Nicolas draw against Riptorek, and then he
lost against Brancha as well.
Lost against Brancha, and then draw against Riptorek, and then I thought, okay, to be honest, of course I know how good Nicolas is, but maybe he's not good in this day. Maybe he has some problems, and Levy was starting really good, so I thought, to be honest, Levy is going to win.
Question there coming in from Jeffrey Season. How do you keep your composure after conceding a goal late in the game? I mean, we did see you lose your composure a few times.
Especially in there, yeah.
After that chair felt it. How do you get your composure back, though, coming into like a day 2, maybe if you had a bad day 1?
Yeah, it's not easy, to be honest. Like, some people are emotional, some people are not emotional. I think I'm a little bit more emotional, but yeah, you have to turn it off. It makes no sense to be emotional in FIFA. You have to try your best. There are some goals you can't do anything. It is how it is. You have to try to keep just your mindset up, and then you will win your match.
I'm sure there's a lot of people out there watching from home right now who wanting to be FC Pro players. How did you come about becoming a pro player yourself?
I just played, like, I'm from Hamburg, and there were like FC tournaments in Hamburg, and yeah, my friend,
Nice defense.
he started to play, and he said, okay, I will lock us into the tournament. It was a 2v2 tournament. We straight won it, and I didn't knew anything about esports, to be honest. But we managed to win it, and then after that they called us and said, if you want to play as a talent for Hamburg, to play FC for Hamburg, and of course I wanted to play there. I think I was 15 at this moment.
When was this? 2019? 18?
It was in FIFA 19.
Okay.
At the end I was 16, I think.
Yeah, because then in 2020 you played in Atlanta. You played those great tournaments.
Yes. And then I got a good opportunity because, to be honest, in these days you also needed to have a little bit money to pay into your team. Otherwise, it was hard to compete.
You just had a big shout from across the stage. There's been a goal, and it's fallen Neat's way. Xavi Simons creating, dig to the back post for Drogba, who wins the header. And have a look at this reaction.
That's a big celebration, and this could be huge as well. Whoa! What a build-up coming in from Levi Finn. But yeah, I think Neat celebrated that goal as he did, because he's not a player that's used to crossing, but sometimes you need to do those things to win matches.
Corner whipped in all the way through, and it'll be Tony Kroos picking it up at the back post. So once you sort of got that opportunity with Hamburg and then started to realise how good you really were, and what, within 3 years you were world champion?
Yeah, I think so. And
crazy, isn't it?
Yeah.
After 2 years.
Oh,
Nice.
What a finish! Oh, this guy. I mean, green timing with the left foot.
Levi Finn looking like a man to beat right now.
So good.
That's so good. Translation?
Yes, but Alta, you can't translate. It's just like a fill word. It's like just yes, man, yes.
Di Fernandez, after just conceding, came right back up the other end.
Wow.
That is an outstanding pass.
And that's probably the reason why he's using Cruyff, right? The passing stat has to be so much better than R9. But what were you thinking, Umut?
Yeah, I think it was not a good goal, to be honest. I think he didn't wanted this pass. Never.
Well, he wants that pass to Drogba at the back post. Drogba with the save. He's now clearly going to be constant pressing. He's going to be pushing bodies up the pitch. And you've got 7 minutes, if you are Neat right now, to try and see yourself into...
Sorry for interrupting now, Rich, but Neat really struggled to close the match against Di Fernandez in the Liga FC Pro Cup because he, against constant press, he played so poorly. So let's see if he changes things up now, because he did play really poorly in the La Liga FC Pro Cup.
Just looking for the corner, wins himself a corner with not long left to play. He's got to, you imagine, go short on this one. When we saw him at the La Liga FC Pro finals, his corners were really bad.
They were really bad, yeah.
He didn't cross anything into the box. He played everything short and tried to look for a gap.
It's often players who are really good in offense. I don't know why. Also, people like, for example, Anders. He can't cross. He's not good in corners, and we try to train that. We try, but he can't do corners. If you play corners short, it's good. Then he's doing that good. But this year, in EAFC, you have to cross in the corners. You have to learn it, but I don't know why.
Luco, 20 minutes left in this game. He would have to score right now, which he does.
Important goal.
4-2, when there's a lot of time left in this game. The other match between Neat and Di Fernandez, 86 minutes on the clock. However, in this game, we've still got about 20 minutes left to play in game time.
Let's see if we can watch.
Let's head on over to Di Fernandez versus Neat, because this game's going to finish earlier, and we can see the closing moments of both matches.
I think he's playing better now than he did in La Liga FC Pro Cup with the passing.
The extra pass there for Xavi Simons, dinks into the box for Drogba.
Oh!
What? Manuel headed.
It's his own fault.
Got to score. Saka being brought onto the pitch. Can he be the catalyst for Di Fernandez? Xavi Simons, you see the run from Cruyff. He goes to the outside for Mbappe. Cuts it back for Cruyff. You miss at one end, you are punished at
that was, I mean, Umut said it, his own fault. And sometimes in FC, when you do those mistakes, you're punished. That's a beautiful pass coming to Cruyff. He moved the keeper, but I mean, that's so...
The timing on the pass to Mbappe is so nice as well, because you saw all the AI put the hand up for offside. It must have been so close. Di Fernandez clutching up.
I'm speechless.
I mean, let's see.
And Luko
a replay.
has whipped it into the box for Drogba, who wins the header. 4-3.
2 crosses, and I mean, Umut, you said it. In this year, you gotta cross, and you gotta learn how to cross. 2 good crosses come from Luko Negua, 4-3, and all to play.
Yeah, to be honest, like if you see Levy's goals, you just play, he play into the box, he just tries to play, but Luka Negua is doing it good. You just cross, and it's hard
Let's
to
have a look at
defend.
this. Talk me through it. I mean, you have to score this chance
He's
if you
playing it perfect. Drogba's on the second post, but he just aims bad. His aim have to be bad.
Does he have one more chance in him? That's the question. The referee will play it if he goes forwards. He's got a second left. The ball has to go forward, though.
Forward, yeah.
Ousmane Dembele can't go backwards from here. Xavi Simons, the final chance will fall for Neat. Getting to the byline. Beautiful play. Cuts it back. Mbappe, extra pass to Modric, and we're going into extra time.
How do we approach this extra time now, Umut, after conceding that goal? Mentally, how do you approach it?
I think his coach has to help him a lot. I think it's so hard because he was through. He was in the top 8. He was there, but then it was his own fault. So he just have to focus, and his coach needs to help him.
Levy Finn, great skills in the box. However, good defending from Luko.
Good defending. Now he has 10 minutes, which is a lot. So let's see. He's probably passing it into Bellingham now. No, he decides to take it short.
We floated down the line, you would imagine. I agree, Wax. It's been full of shocks, this eChampions League. We hope you are enjoying. Tony Cruz into Pirlo. We'll get to your question, Real Yeti.
In just a
after
second.
This attack from Luko, because he's looking dangerous, especially when the ball goes out wide. How do you train before tournaments? What's the practice regime like, Umut?
To be honest, I'm just playing a lot. I'm playing like really much, and of course I also try to learn corners, free kicks, stuff like this. And I think in this year in the AFC it's just really important to train corners. So I try to train corners, and also like to use, for example, 1 hour to train time finish or something, because it just can be like the difference in the game.
So it's quite structured, your practice. This could be a big chance. R9 going all the way. It's blocked off the line from Nicolas Soule. It's a big chance what squandered. It's a big chance missed for Levy Finn. Ousmane Dembele into R9. The step overs. It was green timed. The goalkeeper's got something on it, but it wasn't enough.
That is what I said. If you don't hit screen, of course it's lucky, but if you don't hit screen, it will never go in.
Wow. And I mean, you talk about it, favorite skill, step overs. 2 goals because of that.
I move the keeper as well. If you're Luko, you've got to be so
angry.
Yeah.
So angry because you move the keeper the right way. But again, R9, green time finishing. It's a really clear chance. And yeah, didn't they, the Soule anticipation, didn't it remind you of Soule in Champions League playing when he saved it against Mbappe?
Just going to see this from Neat.
Que bonito, niño.
We're into extra time, and Neat is now leading. We will join that game in extra time. However, we're just going to see the culmination of this one, unless Luko scores 2 goals in the next 60 seconds. You would imagine that RB Leipzig will have an eChampions League finalist going to Magazine.
Yeah, it's not possible that he will score twice. So
on
in the top 8.
May 29th.
I think for sure we can allow Umut to go and join Levi to celebrate now if you want.
Mbappe, hold on. That's green at the near post. Donnarumma with a big save.
But still, 5-3, 30 seconds left. This is gonna be GG.
Umut, thank you very much for joining us.
Go and celebrate, my friend.
Luko with the chance, however, it wasn't meant to be. Levy Finn and RB Leipzig will go into the Champions League finals. Umit wants to go and congratulate his teammate.
He does everything. He commentates, he joins his teammate, and RB Leipzig is going through the top 8.
Fantastic.
Nice job by Levy Finn.
Fantastic stuff, yeah, he's done what he needed to do. Luko looked to come back in that game. This could be a chance as we're joining it for Neat, and he goes through 5 goals to 3 there in the end, Levy Finn. 1 game remaining. Neat versus Di Fernandez, Grav.
Talk about corners, let's see this one. It's coming into Drogba. Is it going to be good? No time finishing, White. Probably why he didn't score it. Seems like he's going to try that one again.
Di Fernandez not moving the keeper at all on these corners. You're always going to concede.
You talk about this. You talk about Neat not going direct with the corners in La Liga FC Pro Cup and finals now.
It's also terrible. He's not moved the keeper at all.
And you can see what it means for Neat. It's huge for him.
It's the closest thing to a penalty that you're going to get without the ball being 12 yards out.
And you can see what it means for Di Fernandez, because in his heart he knows you don't move the keeper, corner conceded, you're punishing yourself.
(5-3) Neat leads. It was late drama for Di Fernandez to force extra time. However, in the additional 30 minutes, he has not been up to par, as Neat from Real Valladolid leads 5 goals to 3, Graf.
And for sure, in that ECL showtime we have coming up in just a few minutes, that roulette cancel.
The 4th goal.
Oh, qué bonito, papá. Beautiful goal from Neat. Let's see if he can defend this one.
Di Fernandez looking to build, try and get himself back into this game, not with play like that, as Neat will come forward with Ousmane Dembele. And I think he's probably just going to try and hold the ball until half-time.
I mean, he's happy with the result. He's going to attack.
Round coming forward, but only as far as Saka, and that will do us for the first half of extra time. Grav, what are your thoughts on Neat in this extra time period? He took his foot off the gas in the last 15-20 minutes of the actual game, but he seems to have put his foot back on the accelerator now.
I mean, I'll talk about it. One of the things that did really bad in the La Liga FC Pro, both in the Cup and the finals, was playing against constant press. He did play better now because he had the chance with Drogba, which was missed. Now, then you got a counter-attack. He didn't defend it bad, but as you said, the timing with the passing to Mbappe was really good. So I did think he played much better here against constant press. Now the constant press is gonna come again. 2 goals, 15 minutes left. Let's see if he can handle it, because at the moment, I mean, the extra time has been perfect by Neat with the roulette and with the corner. Especially, you can see what it means for him to score a corner when you're not one of those players that take the corners directly.
Absolutely.
You know?
It looks like they're about to get locked back into this. 15 minutes remaining of the Champions League knockouts. This is your last game before we go and get all the glitz and the glamour of the finals. 8 players will be there. Montaxa, Johnny, Danny Pitbull, Bernardo,
nice
Manu Bashore, Emre Yilmaz, and Levy Finn just guaranteed his spot. Neat will be looking to be there as well. R9 dancing in the box.
Surely
back to Drogba.
Come on, that was beautiful.
Needs to work on his heading.
He needs to work on that, right? Because, I mean, the build-up was as good as it can get. But now Saka is attacking.
Just going to see that ball played inside. Toni Kroos with the pinged pass plus into Musiala. Mbappe with a little bit of space. Drogba takes over, and that looks pretty simple, to be honest. You can twist and turn as much as you like. However, Di Fernandez, when he gets into the box, typically scores.
I want to see who was, I think it was Niklas Sule. He should have tackled the ball, in my opinion. No, it was Jimenez. I mean, that should have been a tackle, in my opinion, but still, it was a good goal coming in from Di Fernandez. And as you mentioned, when Di Fernandez gets inside the box, he usually scores, which is a skill by itself. Now, what is it, like 8 minutes left?
10 minutes, I think, left. Still load of time.
Load of time. And we've not seen, so far, penalties.
If not in the entire knockouts.
Not in the entire knockouts. Could it be this match? We'll find out.
There's time on the clock for Di Fernandez, and that is the most important factor for him right now. He doesn't have to throw everything forward just yet. Neat will have one thing on his mind, and that's to get a 6th goal. Maybe even a 7th. Lovely pass over the top from Xavi to Xavi Simons. Twisting and turning, waiting for a little bit of support from Ousmane Dembele, and now gets it. Step overs on the byline, just not enough space for Neat.
Let's see how the build-up goes. He's probably going to switch up the play to a right back.
He's got over there with Drogba. He's just about half a yard off it.
This is a beautiful build-up by Di Fernandez at the moment. Switches up the play. Huge interception by Raum.
You saw Saka. He's been brought on at right back. It's an offensive change. Neat going to work the ball across the box. Ousmane Dembele now waiting for support. Into Xavi Simons. 5 minutes left to play.
Nice interception by Sule.
Runs straight into Di Fernandez.
And that's Xavi Simons. That is the right back. Let's see if he can build it, because the right back is out of position at the moment. He knows it.
There's an overload at the top of the pitch. Got to go in the air. It has to go in the air.
Now this could be the final attack of the game. That's poor from Neat. Let's see if Di Fernandez is able to capitalize. That's poor from Di Fernandez as well.
He's very, very scrappy. The nerves certainly playing a factor here. It's a 3-man press from Di Fernandez, and again Neat just runs straight into Di Fernandez. He gets quite fortunate to win the ball straight back. Vidic will take it off Neat, and if there's one word to describe it, it's definitely not Neat in the last 3 minutes.
And this could be huge.
Drogba just taking all the space given to him. Cuts it back for Modric. Extra pass to Musiala! Di Fernandez, stoic, like a statue, and could be forcing penalties for the first time in the knockouts.
The patience. I mean, I'm going to call him the Iceman. How did he look for this pass into Musiala? Wow!
What a pass.
It was just the last kick of the game. You can see what it means for him, and yes, you said it, penalties.
Well, here we go.
What a goal.
Penalty shootout here at the eChampions League knockouts. It's going to be Drogba for Neat, stepping up to the spot first. Just under 3 bars of power, puts it in the bottom left corner, and now Di Fernandez will be equal to it with Nemanja Vidic. Straight down the middle.
Let's see what happens now with Neat. You have Mbappe coming in. It was to the left this time. This time saved by Donnarumma, which goes bottom right. And now Di Fernandez has the chance to go 1 goal up, straight to the middle, 2-1.
2 penalties down the middle as well. Neat. Feels like a must-score penalty. We've only had 2. Does score, even though Di Fernandez went the right way. He's been perfect so far. 2 pens out of 2, and this one is high into the top left corner.
Now Neat has to score with Xavi, because if not, he's going to be put in a really difficult position. He goes down the middle, and now Di Fernandez has a chance to make it through 4 out of 4. Drogba goes to the bottom left.
Must score penalty for Neat if he wants to stay in the eChampions League. Toni Kroos slams it into the top left corner. However, the power is well and truly in Di Fernandez's hands. It's at the feet of Kylian Mbappe. Steps up to the spot, slots it in. And Di Fernandez is an eChampions League finalist.
You can see what it means to him. Huge win. Goes and hug Armando. He's crying of joy because he wasn't feeling too well throughout the whole weekend.
Out of the 4 players to make it from the FC Pro La Liga, he was the least that you expected to make it to the top 8.
For sure.
Out of Nacho Beya, Neat, Nicholas, he wasn't the one on the top of the list, and now he's one of the top 8.
And you can see he's the only Portuguese player left alive in the competition. He's the last player to book a ticket for the finals. Di Fernandez makes it through.
Incredible stuff. It went to penalties.
We had to end this with penalties, right?
Did. It was fitting. On the other side of the stage, Neat is desolate because he had the ball with 2 minutes at a time in his opponent's box. How does he come back from this, Grab? Final thoughts?
It's tough. It's going to be a tough week for him because he was through in the 90 minutes and he managed to concede a goal. He was through in 120 minutes. He managed to concede a goal again. So he knows it's his fault, really. But the season's not over for him. He has 2 tournaments left, but he's out of the eChampions League and he's not qualified for the World Championship. So it's going to be tough for him. Let's see if he can manage to pick it up.
Incredible drama here at the eChampions League. Let's head on over to see what the guys at the desk made of that final round.
Yeah, thanks, Rich. Thanks, Graf. I mean, Tom and I asked you, you kind of said, I think Neat's the dead cert to go through, Tom.
Yeah, I think he showed signs of how good he was, but a bit of game management missing there at the end. I think he'll be kicking himself. He needs to manage that game better there.
In terms of attacking player, again, Tom was saying it, he's one of, if not one of the best players at the moment.
He really is. You know, one thing when you see Neat, he's going to score a lot of goals. Yeah, he might concede them, but right at the end there, as Tom's saying, you're minutes away. And it's been a couple of moments this year for Neat where he's given away big games through just a bit of careless. You know, it's the final third. He was 1 game away from making it to the World Championships. He was 1 game away, minutes away from making it to the Champions League final. He goes out. Di Fernando's goes through. I mean, so many big shocks and surprises this weekend.
One of them on there as well, as we just see Neat walk past. PH Zim was in the background there, but let's confirm then he's not one of your final 8. Let's tell you who is. Montaxa Johnny, Bonanno, Pitbull, Manu Bashir, defending champion Emre Yilmaz, Levi Finn, and then Di Fernandez. They are your grand finalists, we'll see, in 10 days' time. Wow, it always throws us so many upsets, so many shocks, doesn't it? Roller coaster.
Absolutely. I think only 2 of those 8 players as well have been in an eChampions League top 8 before as well. So that just goes to show all the surprise there is. But of course, there is still that storyline there. Can Emre Yilmaz be a back-to-back eChampions League winner? It could maybe happen.
History would be rewritten if that was to happen. OK, well, let's tell you about our Oppo goal of the day. We always pick 3 for you guys at home to enjoy and for you two to cast your votes as well. Here they are. Johnny is up first. What do you make of this one, Tom?
He's out wide. Guessing a cross is going to come in, and Drogba with a little nod down and a bicycle kick and finish. The finish there that's made that one count.
Bonanno up next.
This was my favourite personally. This is a power shot. Oh, this is unbelievable, yeah.
Yeah, we were speaking to him, to Bonanno about it. I mean, he said that Cafu scored a power shot for him. What a goal it was. And this is the 3rd one. Last but not least.
And Kante here with this one.
Kante coming through with Thierry Henry, round the goalkeeper. Not a bad finish, but for me, Cafu, when Cafu scores a goal, it's got to be special. Number 2 for me.
You agree?
Yeah, I'm going number 2, just based on how creative it was. I think a lot of pros there would either cross it or recycle the ball. For him to even think, yeah, I'm going to power shot this, no problem, goal 2 definitely wins it.
I thought I was going to go for a bicycle kick, like Gareth Bale-esque from Champions League finals of yesteryear. Well, you guys can vote during this break. Oppo goal of the day, let us know. When we come back, we'll have our Pepsi post-show for you to enjoy. We're going to break down an amazing 2 days here at the ECL knockouts. You're not going to want to miss the thoughts of all the boys right here. See you in a couple.
Ready for something new? Just eat. Oh, you thought it was just burgers and fries. They got more flavors than you tasted or you heard in your life. Ooh, this is what the app do. It ain't only fast food. Switching styles like opera to rap too. I'm a bad girl, but my takeout better. What you need, dude? I could cop a taco platter. And my sushi train is on loop. When you're this slick, what you gon' do? Did somebody say just eat?
Yeah, possible.
Looks like whoever drops the ball buys a Pepsi. Got a
There's only one Vinicio.
Pepsi, thirsty for more.
Yes, guys, well, you are watching the Pepsi post-show right here on what has been the eChampions League knockouts. 2 days of incredible action with these chaps. Without further ado, Brandon's going to crack that open. Whilst he does, we can see who won Oppo goal of the day, and it did go the way of these two as well. Banana, you like that one, right? Do you want to have your thought on this as well?
For me, I agree. I think it is the best goal of the day. Just the power shot, the accuracy is perfect as well. So, yeah, it's only right.
Exactly, only right that he gets it. We get to see it again right now as well, and we will see Banana in 10 days' time.
Oh, look at that first time as well. The angle shouldn't even be there.
Yeah.
I didn't even know you could do that.
I love how much he loved that as well. We don't always
he knew it. He was so happy with himself.
He was so happy. I'm sure he turned around to Edu as well. Like, do you see what I can do there? Do you see what I can do? Well, he was Oppo goal of the day. FedEx top goal scorer, guys. This was a little bit more difficult to call. 5 players, right, scored 5 goals. They go to Matty, Banana, who we saw there, Manny Bashaw, Levy Finn, Neat, and Di Fernandez. Take a bow. I mean, 5 goals. Why couldn't anyone get 6, guys?
I mean, we're asking a lot at this point, aren't we?
No, we're not asking a lot.
But you're asking some of their best goals that we saw. I mean, one thing that we delivered here in the knockouts, I'm sure we can agree with, Ryan. Every game had, what, 5, 6, 7 goals in it?
Yep, exactly, and it was end-to-end action and a lot of them last-minute goals, important celebrations as well. But, yeah, 5 goals between 5 players.
Were you surprised at that as well? Because sometimes when we get to the knockouts, this far down in the competition, we get really cagey affairs, don't we?
Do you know what I'm surprised at, right? Don't know if you agree with me, Tom. I'm surprised that, obviously, Ketadano had a tough game. For me, I would always associate him with someone that scores a lot of goals. Obviously, didn't go his way today, but I'd always picture him being part of this group.
Yeah, he's always the front runner in games like tournaments like this. He's always one to do it. But I liked it because normally it's easy to get nervous. It's easy to be, OK, I'll just sit in. Everyone went at it today. There was goals in virtually every game. I can't remember a low-scoring game.
I think Emre's one, the only one. 2-0?
2 or 3-0 still?
Yeah, that's the only one.
If that's low-scoring, we take that.
Yep.
2-0, that was it, wasn't it, for Emre Yilmaz, defending champion, to go through. Only player as well that didn't concede, so that's a little stat there as well. Well, we've spoken a lot about goals. Let's talk a little bit about skills with Rich and Grav in this ECL Showtime.
Thank you very much, Rachel and the guys. We have a lot of fun here on the ECL Showtime. Grav, he's joining me for the best bit of the day. It's time for ECL Showtime. Grav, come on, get on over here. We've got some clips to have a look at. This is your hashtag ECL Showtime, presented by Pepsi. It's been a fantastic day of goals, of highlights. This one, it started the day so well. I brought that goal down. Oh.
For me, the whole thing is about time finishing, it's about creativity. I mean, just this beautiful power shot, but then...
That got double bubble. That went for the goal, the Oppo goal of the day and ECL Showtime.
Of course it has to be. But I think everything, I mean, this pass, I mean, the precision, everything, and then you finesse it like that. I don't know.
It's one of my favourites.
The Trivela, right?
Yeah, green time.
The EDBC guys, they Trivela a lot, and I think it works out really well for them. And then the speed boost, L1 speed boost, I'm telling you guys at home, that's really hard to do because of the timing. I think we did have lots of goals, and now I'm going to join my Pepsi.
You enjoy your Pepsi. That was your hashtag ECL Showtime. Back to the desk with a very special guest.
Rich, don't do that to me again. I thought I'd got it wrong. I thought it was just you, and I said Brav, and I got all confused. Anyway, thank you so much, both of you. You've been absolutely excellent. You can see someone else who's been excellent. He is our PS5 Player of the Day, Montaxa. I mean, it happened so many hours ago now, right at the beginning of the day. You knocked out PH Zin, arguably one of the greatest currently to play the game. How surprised were you of what unfolded in that match?
I wasn't surprised because I know that I'm really a top player, so I knew that I had good chance of winning that game. Of course, he's for me the best this season, the best player. But yeah, if I defend like this, I think I can beat everyone. So,
be honest with me. How are you feeling after the first half? Because his pressure was so good in the first half, and then you managed to turn it around. I noticed in around 55th minute, you sharpened very quick and changed the game. Did you do anything different?
Yeah, I think I lost a lot of balls because he's so good in pressing. But yeah, I unlocked both fullbacks to be more aggressive and more offensive. And I think that was the key. Also, to sub Cancelo instead of Guardiola was, I think, the key to
One
come
sub
back.
changed a lot.
Yeah.
A question for me, Montaxa. I mean, last year you were at the World Championships. Of course, you played Johnny again in the next stage. What's changed for you this year? Because you seem like you've gone up another notch this year in terms of performance.
Yeah, I think we both are playing so good this season as well. So I think it will be a really good game. I hope he will not take his revenge.
Well, Montaxa, we will see you in 10 days' time taking on Johnny. I know you love to play the big players and you get another one, so cannot wait to see that. Congratulations. You are our PS5 Player of the Day. Well done. We'll send you off as well. Go and do whatever you players do after a couple of big days here. He was awesome. Yeah, round of applause for him. Well, we've had a fabulous couple of days. This is the route now to the final. These are your final 8. Out of these, I'm going to ask a couple of questions. Tom, biggest shock, not just from here, but from the 2 days?
I think who we just looked at, Montaxa, beating PH Zin, everyone's favourite. I think we all expected him to be lining up in this top 8. So we knew Montaxa's level. We know he can play like that, but for him to do it, I think was one of the biggest surprises I've seen.
Yeah, I mean, we've got massive ones. Bonano Pitbull, Manny Bashaw, Emre Yilmaz, friends, teammates, Levi Finn, Di Fernandez. Brandon, no, in terms of the 2 days as well, biggest breakthrough, do you have one?
Biggest breakthrough, I'm going to actually go for Di Fernandez. I mean, because of how he won that game right at the end and the celebrations he gave us. But for him, it's his first ever Champions League. He had a breakthrough last year making the World Championships and made a massive move to go and play in the Liga FC Pro this year, where he got his spot for this competition. And again, you look around for a Portuguese player, we often sit here and we talk about Tuga. He is that new staple from this Portuguese scene. Di Fernandez, for me, biggest breakout.
Yeah, exactly, and there he is. He's going through. It was quite a shock, wasn't it, end to date? Ryan, a question for you as well. We had a lot of the pros having a go at commentary. Have you got a best one? Who's taking your job in 5 years' time?
Does Tom count? Tom's still a pro, he counts. I would
He's got
say,
the job already.
I think they all done a great job. I would say Manu, just because I like the way he carries himself. He's very confident, but then he's also appreciative of everyone else in the scene, so I'd say Manu.
Yeah, OK, Manny Bashaw, there you go. World champion on the pitch and world champion up there as well. Tom, thanks so much for joining us.
It's been a pleasure, Rach. Yeah, I've enjoyed it. I was a bit nervous at the start, but I've got into it and had a lot of fun, so thanks for having me on.
Are you more nervous here, commentating with us, or playing?
No, playing. My stomach drops when I'm playing, so I was kind of happy to take this one out.
Oh, well, it's been a pleasure having you on board with us. We do want you to be playing, though, in the future.
Yeah, I do.
You're not going to retire just yet and come and join us. Brandon, Ryan, thank you so much. And the boys over there, Rich and Grab as well. It's it for us over the course of the 2 days. But we'll be back, won't we, in 10 days' time. eChampions League finals come your way on the 29th of May. Buy your ticket. Come and enjoy some of the action, some of the fun that we experience week in, week out. Scan the QR code or visit fcpro.com. Well, we'll see you there, because that is the final step, isn't it, on the journey for 8 of these players. Will be there on the 29th of May, the eChampions League Grand Finals. We cannot wait. We'll see you there. Bye-bye.
minutes playing the game. If I score more goals than my opponent does, then I'm gonna go through.
Modric into Henry! It's perfect football! Still unbeaten, still not lost the game. Season to remember. Montaxa, bellissimo! The Italian job is complete.
Banano lifts up when the spotlight shines brightest. And it's also